sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Arizona.
The Diamondbacks franchise rose from the desert in 1998, clothed in purple and teal, playing under the hot Arizona sun, yet boasting a glorious pool and retractable roof. 1998 was the start of an amazing run.
Diamondbacks around the board with their first run.
As the years rolled on, the stars of Arizona baseball shone brightly. Incredible moments.
20 for the big unit.
Priceless memories.
Randy Johnson, at 40 years young, has thrown a perfect game.
One incredible night. Tonight we honor Diamondbacks past while celebrating the future of this proud franchise. Players will don the purple and teal. Fans will look back and smile. Welcome to Throwback Thursday.
Zach Godley arriving in the D-backs clubhouse this afternoon. The Diamondbacks have won 8 straight games when their starting pitcher was making his major league debut. And tonight it's Godley's turn. This rookie from the University of Tennessee via Visalia and Mobile set to take a big league mound for the first time on this Throwback Thursday at Chase Field. And there he is, set to go. It's the Diamondbacks and the Brewers on Fox Sports Arizona. Good evening from Chase Field. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly along the way. The Diamondbacks and Brewers first of 4. And tonight on this Throwback Thursday, Zach Godley makes his major league debut.
It's been a whirlwind experience. It's been something to. It's just been a good ride, is what it's been. It's been fun. I'm glad these guys are giving me this opportunity. If I didn't say I was nervous, then something would be wrong. But yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. I'm really excited to get out there and see what it's all about.
Oh, Bob, when you watch the way these pitches just drop off the table, D-backs fans should be excited too.
Yeah, power sinker, that's his calling card. Lots of ground balls when Godley's on top of his game. You heard him say he might be a little nervous. There's nothing wrong with being nervous. Just don't be scared, young man.
Only 3 starts at AA Mobile after beginning the year at Class A Visalia. He's made only 3 starts above the A-ball level as a professional. And yet here's a live look. His catcher Oscar Hernandez walking out to the Diamondback dugout to begin his major league career. When we come back, the latest on David Peralta. The Diamondback slugger hit in the head by a Jose Fernandez fastball last night. We'll get the latest on David's condition. And then it's first pitch, the Diamondbacks and the Brewers on Fox Sports Arizona's Throwback Thursday.
marks the spot for some good baseball this weekend. I'm Kate Longworth, getting you ready for this 4-game set between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, it was a rough week for the D-backs after dropping back-to-back series to both the Giants and Marlins. But things could have been a lot worse as David Peralta went down in yesterday's game after being struck in the helmet by a Jose Fernandez fastball. Now, Peralta was down on the ground for a few seconds, but he told me that was more because he was in shock. The outfielder not in the lineup today, but fortunately feeling fine.
Yeah, he passed all the tests. He passed the concussion test, which is, not easy to do. I was planning on giving him today off anyway with a rotation, and he's played so many games in a row here since Ender's been hurt.
I'm good. I'm ready to go. I got my batting glove, my bat ready to go to hit. That was a scary moment last night, so nothing bad happened, thank God. Not concussion, nothing, so I'm just feeling really good. Even after the game yesterday, I was feeling really well. So I'm just here 100% ready to go.
Good to see that today. Peralta's feeling better. The team having a little fun with the injury, but now insults and injuries aside, they're going out there trying to get the W. We have Godley on the mound, and it will be Goldie at the plate. The Diamondback slugger has a .643 average against the Brewers. Can he keep it going to start this offense and help the Diamondbacks get back in the win column? We'll tell you on the other side. It's first pitch.
Godley, 25-year-old right-hander. In his professional career, Godley has made only 3 appearances above A-ball. But after a brief stint with AA Mobile this month, he is here at Chase Field against the Milwaukee Brewers, making his major league debut. Quite a moment for this young man.
No question about it. You heard a little bit of what he said in the open of the show. Quite the whirlwind to get to this spot, but by all accounts, all the brass in the organization, everybody that's seen this young man pitch, don't feel he will be intimidated by the situation. A very aggressive football-like mentality. So anxious to watch Zach Godley tonight.
And the Brewers, who are one of the hottest hitting clubs in baseball over the last month, including old friend Gerardo Parra, set to take their first crack at this young right-hander. He is your Arizona Ford starting pitcher. His pitching coach is Mike Harkey.
That we have, if you're not using them, you're not being, a very efficient pitcher. And we're trying to generate that through our organization, that we have guys that pitch down in the zone, that if they have sinkers, that they use them and they trust them.
Godley acquired from the Cubs in the offseason in the Miguel Montero trade, a 10th round pick in the draft only 2 years ago. He was a reliever in the Cubs minor league system. The D-backs are converting him back into a starter, which is where he pitched in the SEC at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, through 108 innings his senior year, 6 complete games. Had started out of the bullpen for the Volunteers his sophomore year, but then moved into that Friday night starter position in college baseball, and that's the ace of the staff.
The return to Chase Field of Gerardo Parra, 6th in the National League in hitting at .316. And one shy of his career high with 9 home runs. First pitch swinging. Pops it up to shallow left center. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start for Zach Godley.
This guy is the most efficient pitcher I've ever seen.
They're supposed to keep it on the ground, though. And now here's Jonathan Lucroy.
Well, there's a good reason he has a football mentality out there on the mound. He was an outstanding football player in high school, a quarterback and a linebacker at Bamberg Earhart High School in South Carolina.
He's a big boy out there, 6'3", 245. Zach Godley. Brian O'Nora, the crew chief, is our plate umpire tonight. First of 4 against the Brewers. And there's ball 1. Lucroy hitting just over 240 with 3 home runs. Mentioned this earlier, it's a remarkable statistic. The Diamondbacks have won 8 straight games and 10 of the last 11 games in which their starting pitcher was making his major league debut.
That is remarkable. Well, just keep calling up guys every day. Call up a new one.
Who wants to start tomorrow?
If it were only that easy.
Godley behind 2 balls and no strikes. That's in there. I mean, this is mind-boggling. It's a nice run of good luck.
I mean, you know, certainly some of it can be attributed to a lack of past history against a guy making his debut. Nobody really knows much about him. Maybe you get a report from your minor league staff or something like that, but certainly the element of surprise is working in favor of the youngsters.
Nice movement on that pitch. Lucroy, a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. This guy, from all accounts, has stuff that moves up there.
The one guy you're really concerned with tonight, maybe not so much Zach Godley, but Oscar Hernandez behind the plate. I don't believe he's ever caught Zach Godley before at any level, at any time. And if Godley's a guy that has a lot of late movement on that sinker, could be a tough battle back there tonight.
And it's interesting to think about both the members of this D-backs battery here, with Oscar Hernandez, the first pick in the Rule 5 draft this winter, making just his 3rd major league start. Both these guys, the pitcher and the catcher, were playing A ball last year. And here they are in the big leagues. Wellington Castillo is okay, getting the day off after that hamstring started barking last night. And we're told there's a chance that Welly might be able to start tomorrow night. We'll see. Fingers crossed. The lineup for Craig Counsell's Milwaukee Brewers.
Much improved Milwaukee Brewers. Gerardo Parra at the top in left field. Jonathan Lucroy doing the catching. Ryan Braun out in right field. Adam Lind having a bang up year down there at first base. Carlos Gomez in center. Scooter Gennett at second base. Gene Segura at shortstop.
Hernan Perez.
Hernan Perez. I get my tongue in the right position there.
Ronnie Tomas in foul ground, runs out of room.
Perez will be at third base for the Brewers, and Mike Fiers, the right-hander, will be on the mound.
Yeah, interesting third base situation. Milwaukee, just hours before the ball game, traded Aramis Ramirez to the Pirates. So he is on his way back to Pittsburgh, as the anticipated fire sale in Milwaukee may be underway. GM Doug Melvin says he has moved Ramirez and is having 5 or 6 other conversations, with the trade deadline approaching a week from tomorrow.
For Aramis Ramirez, it'll end where it started. Started his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates in the big leagues back in 1998 and will retire after this season.
Lucroy yanks the 2-2 foul by Ed Cedar at third. This was the move. Aramis Ramirez in cash to the Pirates. Minor league pitcher Jonathan Barrios goes to the Brewers. And Ramirez has had quite a career. He's calling it a career after this season. Just over 2,250 hits, 18 big league seasons, a lifetime 284 hitter. Lucroy making Godley work here. Boy, he got the first out on one pitch. Now he's thrown 9 pitches to Lucroy. Drives it to left center field. A.J. Pollock coming in and runs it down. A.J. was shaded over toward the pool in right center. He really had to run a long way to get that one.
Yeah, playing a little deep shading over toward the pool in right center, and it sounded like Lucroy may have broken his bat there. A little floater out there in left center field, but that great closing speed by A.J. Pollock makes it into a relatively routine play.
So a couple of fly ball outs for Zach Godley, and here's Diamondback favorite Ryan Braun. Braun 268, 16 home runs. He's had a good year and is coming off an appearance in the All-Star game in Cincinnati. There's the strike, 0-1. Godley ahead 0-2 on one of the best hitters in the league here.
A couple of nice cutters there in the low 90s. First one at 92, that one at 90. So we've got sinker, cutter. He starts out with a split finger grip, so we're going to assemble his arsenal as we move forward here.
The 0-2 pitch. Braun, a late addition to the National League All-Star team. He replaced the Cardinals' Matt Holliday, who was out with a quad injury. And it was the first time since he was suspended for PED use 2 years ago yesterday that Braun was back in the All-Star game. And he struck him out. First big league strikeout for Zach Godley, who sprints off the mound. Friends and family here with us at Chase Field. A 1-2-3 inning in his major league debut to start it off. And Diamondbacks won 2 of 3 at Milwaukee at the end of May, but lost a 17-inning marathon on the Sunday getaway day at Miller Park. First of 4 here tonight at Chase Field. And for the Brewers, your Arizona Ford starting pitcher is 30-year-old right-hander Mike Fiers, who has been among the best pitchers in the league since the middle of last month. He's been outstanding. Here's assistant hitting coach Mark Grace.
He throws anywhere from 89 to 91. But this guy knows how to pitch. He'll throw lots of fastballs. He doesn't, like I said, he's not going to light up a radar gun, but he uses his fastball and he uses it on the inside and the outside. He mixes his pitches. He's a guy that if you take him lightly, you're making a big mistake.
At the end of May, Mike Fiers' record was 1-5. He's been very good lately. He's allowed just 4 hits or fewer in each of his last 5 starts and is unbeaten since the middle of June.
Yeah, on a really nice roll. Kind of a unique delivery, a little bit similar to Chris Young, the big tall right-hander. Used to pitch down in San Diego. He's got a real high front side. Throws that left elbow, glove up in the air before delivering that ball to home plate. All part of his deception.
I see him reach back down there and then come firing over the top. Ender Inciarte leads it off for the Diamondbacks. And he drives it deep to right center field. Ryan Braun over near the pool, and he runs it down. Allowed out number 1, the lineup for Chip Hale's Diamondbacks on this Throwback Thursday.
Inciarte will be out in left field tonight. Cliff Pennington at second base making his way to the plate. Paul Goldschmidt in his customary 3 spot. A.J. Pollock cleaning up in center field today. Yasmani Tomas out in right. Aaron Hill at third base. Nick Ahmed at shortstop. Oscar Hernandez doing the catching for Zach Godley making his debut.
Cliff Pennington the start at second base. A night off for Chris Owings. Hernan Perez will come in on the grass at third. And there's strike 1.
That's pretty good.
X marks the spot.
Now that we know he's okay, and you know how baseball teammates can be, that's a rough place to be down in that clubhouse if you have any kind of a weakness, perceived or real.
Nice sense of humor on the part of David after a terrifying moment for a while there last night. Pennington down 0-2. He's at 236 with a homer. A home run came here Saturday off Jake Peavy. And Fiers has his first strikeout. Troy completes it. Lynn has it. 2 down.
Well, you heard Gracie talk about Mike Fiers and how you can't take him for granted. Not overpowering with any of his stuff. He'll throw a lot of 4-seam fastballs up in the zone, across the top of the strike zone, trying to get fly balls, foul balls, and swings and misses. Has a real good curve and a changeup, and will occasionally cut that fastball in on a left-handed hitter.
Paul Goldschmidt leading the National League in 2 Triple Crown categories, batting average and RBIs. And he takes strike 1. Goldie 7 home runs shy of Bryce Harper's league lead. Blasts it to center. Gomez at the wall. He plays it off the wall. Goldie stops at second with his 23rd double, and the Brewers throw it all over the field. Here's Goldie into third.
Well, that turned into a snowball fight in a hurry.
Sure did.
Boy, Goldie absolutely crushes this ball. Belt high fastball up over the middle part of the plate and just absolutely hammered it to the deepest part of the ballpark. Well, not quite the deepest part of the ballpark, but you can hear how hard that ball hit the barrier out there in center. And then Carlos Gomez, I don't know, he's got something against somebody over there in the seats. And Goldie, always aware, moves up an extra 90 feet.
I think we might see, Bob, a lot of that from Fiers. Isn't he a guy that tends to elevate that fastball?
A lot. Yeah, a lot of the 4-seamers, he'll try to get him up just above the top of the zone. But if he misses his spot down at all, it's right in the middle of a lot of batter swings.
0-1 on A.J. Pollock in the cleanup spot tonight. That's a double for Goldie. He takes third on the error by Gomez, so a double and E8 if you're scoring on that one. Pollock at 303 and 11 homers. He's down 1-2.
How about this, partner? Double, walk, single, single, double. Those are Goldie's last 5 games in the first inning.
It is. He's ready to hit when he
telling you.
By the time they roll him out there, he's set to go.
He does not ease into the ball game.
Trying to get a 2-out RBI here. 1-2 on AJ. He missed. Fiers walking off back toward the dugout on that one, but Brian Onora wouldn't bite, and it's 2-2.
For me, that's when Fiers is at his most effective. We talked about that high front side, the left elbow, left shoulder, and glove flying up in the air. When he's driving that ball down to the bottom of the strike zone, then I think those are the pitches that hitters have real problems with. Get that downhill plane going. I mean, that high four-seamer can be very effective too, but you just have so little margin for error up there at the top of the zone when your best fastball is 90 miles an hour.
This year, Fiers has often been pounding away with that fastball low and changed his look over the previous years. He's been going curveball changeup as more of a 2-strike pitch for him. Fewer strikeouts with a fastball this year as compared to last season. Tried to get AJ on one of those pitches a moment ago, and he just did get a piece of it to stay alive. One more time there. Trying to put him away with pitches other than the fastball.
Let's take a look at our Valley Honda keys to the game with A.J. Pollock at the plate. We're hoping that A.J. and his teammates will find their way on base against Mike Fiers, because if you do, gentlemen, start your engines.
You can run on him.
Mike Fiers can be run on. Very slow in his delivery to home plate with that high front side, that long arm stroke.
So start your Fiers engines.
Ooh, nice. I mean, Jonathan Lucroy, about average in the major leagues, throwing out 35% of attempted base stealers this year. But as always, it's usually the pitcher on the mound and how quickly he can unload the ball that will determine whether a catcher throws out base runners or not.
That's 3 straight non-fastballs and a 2-strike count from Fiers here to Pollock, and AJ has got a piece of every one to stay alive. Goes with a fastball up and away and misses, and it's full 3-2. Yasmani Tomas would be next.
If this was a youth league game, Brian Onora would stop the game right now and make Mike Fiers tuck his shirt up.
Let's see. What's it look like?
Well, you know, because of that delivery that he has, you know, the stretching the left side out as he's getting ready to deliver the ball and then driving the right side through when he lets it go, and that shirt tail just will not stay tucked in.
He's a bit of a mess out there.
Yes, he is.
We'll try it again on 3-2.
My granddaughter wears onesies. I've solved that problem.
Some pitchers, that might work out. Rolls it to third. Perez on throw. And they strand Goldie at third with 2 outs. No score through 1 here at Chase Field. Field crowd. Now the Brewers skipper and his return back to the Valley. Got a nice round of applause. You should be clapping up here.
I was supposed to clap in the press box, but it's hard not to root for Craig Counsell, all he brought to this organization and that 0-1 team and what he's bringing to this Brewers organization. And we were talking about it before the game. These guys have been playing .500 ball under Craig Counsell, and if you'd have told me that the way we saw the Brewers earlier this season, I'd have called you a liar.
Yeah.
But he's really got him playing good ball.
Adam Lynn looks at strike one from Zach Godley. Lynn, 293 and 16 home runs, having a very productive season in his first year with the Brewers. And the Brewers, as a lineup top to bottom, have been very productive as of late. The shift is on for the Diamondbacks, and Godley's ahead 0-2. That one got Brian O'Nora back there. Milwaukee, one of baseball's best teams over the last month. They are 17-7 since June 23rd. Only the Angels have played better baseball during the last month than the Brewers. Right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, that's a tough one for an umpire because they wear that very short chest protector because of the position they assume back there behind the catcher, and that's one particular area that I don't believe there's any padding at all. It's like taking a punch to the gut right there.
Well, there's more padding on some than others, but
well, that's true.
So Oscar Hernandez gets to go out and have a conference with his battery mate, his fellow rookie Zach Godley, while Brian O'Nora gets a moment back there. It's 0-2 on Lind. Lind homered yesterday in their loss to Cleveland. He was 4 for 5. And he's got his second big league strikeout. He gets Braun and Lind, two veteran hitters back to back.
Hard two-seamer on that outside corner to play with a little movement down low and away from Adam Lind. He's going. 4
up, 4 down for Godley. Here's Carlos Gomez. His next homer will be number 100 on the career. He's at 270 at 8 home runs. Dan Carlson is the Diamondbacks pitching coordinator, and he said, Zach Godley, bulldog. Give him the ball, he's going to come at you. Aggressive. Carlson said this is the kind of guy who can take a butter knife into a gunfight and somehow come out a winner. They like the makeup, they like the attitude. There is a comp here in terms of the attitude and the mound presence to Andrew Chafin, and you can see a little bit of that here. Clearly a lot of size, and that suggests some durability in a starting role. Gomez lines it into the left field corner. First hit given out by Godley. And Ciarte plays it off the bullpen wall, and Carlos Gomez has his 19th double.
Go ahead and get all those firsts out of the way early in the ball game so you can just settle in and try to get the D-backs a victory tonight. Zach Godley, first base hit given up to Carlos Gomez, a double down into that left field corner. He doesn't want to save that ball. You can keep that one.
I guess eventually, after you go through so much over the course of the afternoon, and then the build-up and the bullpen pregame and the first inning or so, but I guess you do reach a point, Bob, where you're back to just pitching, right?
Yeah, you just kind of clear your mind of all the clutter that you've gone through in the afternoon. Some interviews, the advance reports, going over every hitter in this Brewers lineup, and trying to get on the same page with a catcher you've never thrown to before. Get up to speed quickly on the signs in case you get an opportunity to put down a sac bunt or something, and then at some point you just let it all go and go play baseball.
Scooter Gennett, 266. He's got 4 home runs. Gennett had 3 hits yesterday, and the Brewers lost to Cleveland. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. Tapper up the first base line. A foul ball, says Paul Schreiber down there. Gennett, another Brewer bat in this lineup that's red hot. He's got 11 hits in his last 6 games. Every one of these guys, much like the Giants over the weekend, comes in here hot. And you can see the last 20 games, he's hitting .370. This is a guy that was struggling so badly, he was in the minor leagues earlier this year after being given a second base job coming out of spring training. And Gerardo Parra, one of the best hitters in baseball, really since the end of April. So this is Tall order for Zach Godley in his major league debut. 1-1 pitch.
Not exactly Harvey's wall bangers, but they have been swinging it well as a team up and down the lineup, getting production from just about every spot. And that's when your offense can really start to get going, when you have multiple players in your lineup that are swinging the bat well.
Yeah, they've been playing so well lately. It's caused everybody to kind of rethink the idea that they were for sure sellers at the trade deadline. Now they're thinking maybe we got a shot. Play on at second, but no throw from Godley as Ahmed sneaks back in there. Although that front office may have tipped its hand earlier today when they traded Aramis Ramirez to Pittsburgh. All the new managers in the National League. Some have had more success than others. Great Counsell at the top of the list. Bouncer to first. Goldie to Godley. 2 down. Gomez in at third. Brings up the shortstop, Gene Segura.
Shortstop, number 9, Gene Segura.
Well, fires in his bottom of the first inning. Able to strand a runner at third with 2 outs, and now Godley will try to do the same here in the top of the second. Segura batting just over 280 with 4 home runs. That batting average was in the 240s when July began. He has been on an absolute tear this month.
He's hitting 14 of his last 15 games at a .417 clip, including the 8-game hitting streak that he's currently on right now.
Nice job by Oscar Hernandez with a speedy runner down there at third. Getting out in front of it.
Sometimes as a catcher you can just, when a guy throws good pitches, you can see the kind of movement he has on his 2-seamer and the kind of movement he has when he cuts the fastball and the kind of movement on the changeup. And you hope they don't throw him in the dirt, but after you've seen a few of them in the strike zone, you've got a better idea of how far that ball is going to drop into the dirt to get down and block it.
1-0 pitch. Check swing into the Brewer dugout and over it. 1-1. Segura, who hit only .206 through a miserable month of June for him. Somehow it's like he flipped a switch. He's batting just under .420 in July and has got 25 hits in 15 games this month. Another guy who's rumored to be on the trade block. They have an outstanding shortstop prospect in their system, Orlando Arcia. That's a foul ball right by Paul Schreiber at first, and Godley's ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Ron Pennington there to collect that one. Starting them young here in Sedona Red.
Didn't get the memo about Throwback Thursday, but that's all right. We'll get you next time.
Well, she's new.
She's real new.
Don't eat the hat.
Everything
please.
goes in the mouth. Everything.
One and 2. Got him! Zach Godley gets the big strikeout and sprints off the mound. He's punched out 3 through 2 innings. We'll check in with the Godley family when we come back. His big league debut still scoreless.
Godley has come a long way from the log cabin he grew up in Bamberg, South Carolina, to today, making his major league dreams come true. And I'm joined by his parents, Tommy and Kelly. And Tommy, a lot was going on with Zach's rotation this week as the Diamondbacks geared him up to make the start here. What was it like from your perspective, and when did you find out the big news?
We found out the news yesterday at 7 a.m. But he called me, and we knew something was going on from Mobile because of him not starting. And when he called me, he says, "Got some news." I said, "Boy, if you tell me that they sending you back down," I said, "We're gonna have to hurt somebody." "No, Daddy, I'm going to pitch against the Brewers tomorrow night." And then that's when I told him, I says, "How in the world I'm gonna make plans to go to Phoenix in one day?" But we did. We're here, and we couldn't be prouder of it.
Yeah.
We worked real hard.
Yeah, it's an amazing moment, I know, for the whole family right now. Mom, what's it mean to you to see your son out there achieving his dreams?
You've watched this since he was four. I mean, T-ball, never dreaming anything like this would happen. It's awesome. I can't even put it in words.
Now, I talked to him before the game, and he was rather calm. What about you guys?
Oh, hell no. We're not calm. I'm not calm. I didn't mean to say a bad word. I'm sorry. Beat that out. No, I'm not calm.
No, it's very nerve-wracking here. Yeah. It's not been since, when he was in college. 1A, 2A. It's not been that way.
You guys are good. You're bringing some good luck to the team, huh, guys? I think we got to keep the Godley family here.
Yeah, Monty Tomas has given Zach Godley a lead. His 6th home run. He takes fires out of here, and it's 1-0.
We got a big family, but we don't have a lot. We've worked hard for everything we've got. And our biggest objective all of our life is for our 3 boys to have a better life than what we had. We want it to be easier for them than what it's been for us. My husband works every day, and he works his butt off. And we want it easier for these boys.
Well, then I imagine when you see your son out there on the mound, so many things are going through your mind. Years and years of work before he was even...
Yesterday. I cried all day long yesterday. I called Autumn, his fiance, and we were boo-hooing on the phone. I mean, we were both crying.
Why does your son deserve this moment after all these years of hard work?
He's supposed to be playing football, honey. He's supposed to be playing baseball.
It's part of your dream, it's part of his dream. Just to make it, I mean.
His faith. His pastor, he called a church last night during prayer meeting, and he said, "Preach Sean." And Sean said, "Yeah." And he said, "You say a prayer with me for tomorrow?" And he said, "Wait a minute, Zach." And he put him on a speakerphone, and the whole congregation prayed for Zach. Prayed for him to have peace when he was on that field tonight.
Well, he's looking calm out there, and talking to you guys is bringing the D-backs back some good luck. So thank you for joining us, and enjoy the game. Congratulations.
Speak out that bad word. I didn't mean to say it. The preacher be preaching on that come Sunday.
I think you're good. They'll just be proud of you for getting your son to the big leagues, guys.
The human drama of athletic competition.
I love it. Just love it.
And it's not just about the young man. It's the fiance and the mom and the dad and the friends and the community and everybody that is watching us here tonight and having their fingers crossed and hopefully their prayers answered for Zach Godley, who so far has looked terrific.
He's looked really terrific. Very calm out there on the mound. I've said it all the time. I like to watch a guy's face when he's out there competing. And sometimes you can see stress. You can see tension. See guys gritting their teeth and the muscles in their neck get real tight, and other guys are very relaxed. Their breathing is controlled, and Zach looks like he's right on top of it in the early going tonight.
Well, he got a huge strikeout of Gene Segura to strand Gomez at 3rd in the top of this inning. Tomas leads off the bottom half with a home run against Fires, his 6th of the year, and after Aaron Hill flies out, here's Nick Ahmed. Zach Godley from Bamberg, South Carolina, pitched at the University of Tennessee, where the Cubs got him, a 10th round pick in the draft just 2 years ago. And here he is in the big leagues. 1-1 on Nick Ahmed. sends this one out to right center. Braun's been busy out there. 2 down. Brings up Oscar Hernandez, the rookie catcher.
Kind of interesting how one organization looks at a guy like Zach Godley and decides he's best suited to go to the bullpen. We like him as a reliever, even though he was a starter in his college career. And then he goes to another organization, the Diamondbacks, and they immediately say, we like this guy's stuff as a starter. I think that bodes well for the young man. He pitched in a lot of different roles. Tonight asked to be the starting pitcher on short notice.
Coming at you. Oscar Hernandez, 1 for 6 in 2 starts behind the plate to begin his big league career. And Zach Godley out there in the on-deck circle. Just missed. That almost hit my Randy Johnson bobblehead, which is perched up here. We're waiting the big moment for the big unit. 0-2. Giving those away here Saturday. That one misses outside. Beating Mike Fiers will not be easy for Zach Godley. Fiers, as we mentioned earlier, has really pitched well lately. Unbeaten in his last 5 starts. 2-0 with a 2.18 ERA. And the Brewers have won all 5 of his last 5 starts. But they trail this one 1-0 on the Yasmani Tomas homer. 2-2 to Oscar. And he struck him out. But Tomas gets the Diamondbacks on the board first, his 6th of the year, and he's given the rookie Zach Godley a 1-0 lead. Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you in part by Cox Gigablast. How will you live the gig life? By Lone Butte Casino. You're in for more winning moments at Lone Butte Casino. And by Jack in the Box. Get the new steak and egg breakfast burrito at Jack in the Box. It's not your basic breakfast burrito. Chase Field, downtown Phoenix. Diamondbacks lead the Brewers 1-0, set for the top of the 3rd inning. Hernan Perez will lead it off for Milwaukee against rookie Zach Godley. Friends and family and fiance in the house with us in his major league debut, and he's got a 1-0 lead. He has struck out 3 so far. He's given up just 1 hit. Hernan Perez, waived by the Tigers at the beginning of June and picked up by the Brewers, and all he's done with Milwaukee is hit nearly .330 in 36 games.
Well, he hasn't really had to reach too deep into his bag of tricks yet. Zach Godley getting by on 12 sinkers, 15 cutters. Some of those look like very straight fastballs. Others have just a little bit of movement away from a right-hander. Only one curveball so far.
Perez drives it to left center. Balls all the way to the wall. This guy's been a nice pickup for the Brewers. They traded Ramirez today, so he's the guy at third, and he's in there with his 8th double. Second hit given up by Zach Godley.
A little cutter that stayed on the inside part of the plate that time. He wanted it away, and it just kind of hung over the inside third of the plate, and Zach Godley doing what he's supposed to do, get over there and back up third base just in case. You would expect a guy coming up from the minor leagues to be fundamentally sound, because on days you're not pitching down there, you're working on fundamental details like backing up bases and fielding bunts and pickoff moves. I think Zach Godley just likes to run.
Apparently, on and off the mound every time. Here's the pitcher, Mike Fiers. Goldie coming way in from first. He gets it down third base side. That one's going to stay fair. No chance for Zach that time, and the Brewers have runners on the corners with no outs. Just a perfect bunt by Fiers.
It's like playing a golf course for the first time. You don't really have any local knowledge of those foul lines. Will the ball stay fair? Will it go foul? It looked like this kissed the grass right at the very end and looked like it might have started to head back toward foul territory right there, but Godley didn't think it was going to make it into foul territory, scooped it up anyway. Brewers have him on the corners with nobody out for the top of the order.
That's Gerardo Parra. Perez, the runner at third. Fiers at first, the pitcher. Parra flying out to center, his first time up, swung at the first pitch. Parra on a 5-game hitting streak, 2 doubles and 2 triples. Swings to the first one again and fouls it back. It's 0-1. Let's take a look at our Lowe's Never Stop Improving player of the game. Parra hitting over .420 in July, including 4 home runs. He has been baseball's best hitter this month.
And we're all real happy for Gerardo Parra, and will be after this 4-game series is over. But he was one of the good guys. Very easy to root for. Had a huge fan base here in Arizona, and we're real happy for his success starting next Monday.
He started out as the 4th outfielder, and he has quickly become indispensable for Craig Counsell in that lineup. He has just kind of taken over the leadoff spot for the Brewers, Counsell said. They took Gomez out of that spot, put him in the middle of the lineup, and Counsell said since Parra's been in the leadoff spot, he's been good for a long time and actually exceptional.
Still doesn't walk a lot, only 17 base on balls in approaching 300 at bats on the season, but he's getting on base at a 350 clip, so if you can hit enough to get that on base percentage up there, you don't need to walk a lot.
Godley ahead 0-2. Drives it foul down the right field line. Jumped on that one. And Parra having this great year just before he hits the free agent market this winter. Interesting. It's amazing how often that coincidence shows up.
Yeah, good for him again.
Yeah. Batting average, on base percentage, slugging, OPS, all at career highs, and not just by small margins. He is having the best offensive season of his career. Reaches out and taps that back to the mound. Godley puts the runner back to third. Perez comes in, and they get him at home. They look Perez back to third, turned to second to get Fiers, and they had time to get Perez coming in at home plate. How about that? Quickly 2 down.
What a nice play. Godley gets his comebacker and checks the runner at third quickly to freeze Perez. The relay throw to second base is there in plenty of time, and Perez tried to sneak in the back door. I mean, that's a heads-up play, checking the runner at third base initially set up the whole play. Nicely done.
The old 1-6-2 double play.
Happens all the time.
Sure. But he was in a 2-on, nobody out mess. Suddenly, you've got Parra at first, 2 down, and here's Jonathan Lucroy, who flied out his first time. The rookie really did keep his head on that play. That's impressive. Short out Goldie. Parra is going to have to stay put at first. Mike Guerrero, the first base coach down there, telling him just stay here. It didn't roll far enough away.
Might have been Zach Godley's best sinker of the ball game so far. We know from experience that Gerardo Parra can get happy feet with his fun socks on over there at first base from time to time. So just a check on him over there.
That one rolls away from Oscar. Parra's hung up a bit there, indecisive, and again has to stay put down there.
We've seen Oscar do this a couple of times, usually on those fastballs in the dirt. You just try to reach across and pick them cleanly like a first baseman would pick a low throw over there. Fortunately, that time banged around the equipment, came back out onto the field to play for Godley to hold the runner at first.
And the 2 former teammates, Goldie and Parra, having a laugh. Still got a lot of Gerardo Parra bobbleheads around here. Right next to Goldie in the collection. On the ground to Wanda. They get the force, and Zach Godley sprints off the mound. He had first and third, nobody out, and put another 0 up on the board. He still leads it 1-0. Zach Godley always sprints on and off the mound, and after every inning he sprints on a dead run into the dugout, and his teammates have quickly picked up on it. David Peralta providing a cooling breeze after that run in from the pitcher's mound. And Godley leads off the Diamondback third against Mike Fiers.
It's been a few years, but Zach Godley was a .337 hitter with 6 homers in his senior year of high school. Now, a lot of these guys were good hitters in high school.
1-1.
Just make Mike Fiers work a little bit out there.
gets that one off. He's down a ball and 2 strikes. There's Ron Pennington corralling that one down the right field line. Our Golden Glover.
D-backs have 2 Penningtons on the right side of the field tonight. How can you lose?
The Pennington shift. Gary Schiffman working the left field line tonight for us. Dropped the breaking ball in there for his 3rd strikeout. 1 away in the 3rd. Brings up Ender Inciarte, the leadoff man. Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports reported earlier this week that the Blue Jays have shown strong interest in acquiring Mike Fiers, but no deal is close because Milwaukee, based on the way he's pitched lately, not especially motivated to move Fiers right now. He's been very good. A lot of teams are on the phone. Ender flied out his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
Anytime the D-backs score 5 runs or more, fans, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations.
One and one. Ender had 2 more hits last night against the Marlins, including a double and an RBI. So he is 6 for 19 since coming off the DL following the All-Star break. Blasts it to right center. Gomez on the run. He won't get the pitch in the corner. Ender will stop at second with a 1-out double, his 14th of the year. That's the 3rd hard hit ball for the Diamondbacks tonight against Mike Fiers.
Ender Inciarte hit the ball hard his first time up, flying out to Ryan Braun in right field. This time finds that 413 mark in right center field, chasing Gomez all the way to the corner. Easily pulls into second base with a 1-out double.
In scoring position for Cliff Pennington, who struck out his first time up. Cliff hitting .375 over his last 23 games, but only 6 of those have been starts. Got the start at shortstop last night, went 0 for 3 with a walk. He's in there at second base tonight. One.
Couple of good changeups to start this sequence to Penny. Hey, it's funny you mentioned a lot of teams interested in Fiers, but I think the Brewers would be a team that'd be really interested in this guy. Craig Counsell took over for Ron Renneke and took a little bit of time to kind of evaluate and look at the talent that was on this team and figure out, who's going to be with us moving forward and who can we afford to let go. And I think this is a guy they've identified as somebody they'd like to keep in their rotation.
Fiers out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. The Brewers got him with a 22nd round pick in the 09 draft. It's taken him a while to develop. He just turned 30 last month, but as we've mentioned, he's been exceptionally good lately.
3 really good pitches. One of those guys that appears to be an inning eater. And pitching under tough circumstances early in the season when the Brewers were really stinking it up, that's when you can cement your place with the team moving forward under the toughest circumstances. If you're still a competitor, if you're still go out there and do your job, really makes an impression on the new manager.
Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, keeping a close eye. 1-2 on Pennington. And he got him again. 4th strikeout for Fiers, the 2nd time he's punched out Penny. And with 2 outs, here's Paul Goldschmidt.
First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, we mentioned the Diamondbacks were at Miller Park earlier this year, and Goldie put on an absolute show. He doubled in the first inning here tonight. And we went to Miller Park at the end of May, and he just destroyed the ballpark. And with first base open, they remember what it was like, so they want no part of it. Goldie in that 3-game series in Milwaukee, end of May. 9 for 14, 3 doubles, 3 homers, and 5 RBIs. So they want no part of him right here.
Right here or anywhere else this series, I'm guessing.
It's true. I mean, we were joking about last time he doubled in the first. It was 101 miles an hour coming off the bat. But we were joking when we were there over the weekend about, renaming it Goldschmidt Park and building a statue next to Euchre and the whole thing. Because Goldie was just tearing that place apart. And this was Goldie's weekend at the end of May. It's just, what was a show, man.
It really was. I mean, look at those ridiculous numbers. And if I'm not mistaken, somebody made a Wikipedia entry and said that Paul Goldschmidt was the owner of the Milwaukee Brewers after that weekend series.
There was definitely ownage that weekend. So he gets a free pass with 2 outs and first base open. Fires at 50 pitches. 31 for strikes. Inciarte at second. Goldie at first. 2 outs for A.J. Pollock, who rounded out his first time up. Now this is pick your poison here with Pollock in the cleanup spot. He's hitting just under 350 in July. 22 hits in 16 games this month. So, yeah, you don't have to pitch to Goldie, sure, but this is no picnic either here.
Not at all. But this does become a key at bat, because if the Brewers have determined that they're just not going to let Goldie swing the bat, if they can walk him in situations, A.J. Pollock would love to come up with some big base hits right here to make them think twice about pitching to Goldie.
Long set by Fires, waiting for somebody to call time. Nobody does, so he throws it, and Pollock bounces to Segura for the force on Goldschmidt, and the intentional pass works out for Craig Counsell. Through 3, Diamondbacks lead the Brewers 1-0. Nothing. Rookie Zach Godley in his major league debut. Notice the Brewers jerseys say Milwaukee across the front. That was the uniform of the day and still is, except for one guy. Hernan Perez had the wrong shirt on. Look at the Brewers across the front. And he just went in there and put on the one that says Milwaukee. He must have been more focused on his haircut, apparently, than his shirt.
I don't think his double should count back in the 3rd inning then. He wasn't wearing the right uniform at that time.
I think we might have a case. Ryan Braun sends that out to Tomas. That's a foul ball. Just missed. I mean, in his Orioles defense, they are the same color shirt.
I was just going to say, it seems kind of unusual that they have two blue tops, one that says Brewers, one that says Milwaukee. That's kind of an oddity in and of itself.
That's a little embarrassing. And this is it when he realizes, okay, everyone else says Milwaukee. I say Brewers. Oops. So now he's got the right jersey on, and we're set to go. I mean, usually they're, Diamondbacks, there's a white top and a black top and a red top. Tonight a purple one. But to the Brewers, they all look the same, except when they wear their throwbacks. Braun struck out his first time up. It was Godley's first major league strikeout. And he's ahead of Braun again, 0-2. Zach so far 3 strikeouts, no walks. He's given up 3 hits. Doubles by Gomez and Perez, and a bunt single by Mike Fiers, the pitcher. Now, you were talking about Bob Godley and his role. He was a reliever all through his time in the Cubs organization. Now he's back as a starter with the Diamondbacks, and it seems there is an advantage there for the D-backs in terms of the mentality and the makeup. And pitching coordinator Dan Carlson of the Diamondbacks was talking about the way that Godley pitches and the way that he just attacks these guys, because it looks like, he said, he's closing every inning out there. He's got that mentality about him, and it's like the first inning is a save all the way through the 7th. And he's big and strong, and he comes right at you just like he would if you were out there as a reliever working 1 inning.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to be the kind of pitcher that paces himself out there by any stretch of the imagination. Just try to make one good pitch after another down at the bottom of the zone and let his defense work behind him. I'm sure that's been drilled into him this afternoon too. Take a look behind you. Now, this is not the normal starting infield. We've got Aaron Hill at third tonight and Penny at second base, but even with those 2 guys in the lineup tonight, this is probably the best defense he's ever pitched in front of, so take advantage.
Trying to put Braun away, 1-2. And he got him for the second time tonight. Oscar Hernandez completes the strikeout. That's 4 for Zach Godley, 1 away in the 4th.
And certainly there'll be somewhat of a honeymoon period for Zach Godley because nobody knows him. His own coaching staff wasn't real familiar with him. I asked Glenn Sherlock today, what's he have other than that power sinker? And Sherlock said, I'm not quite sure yet. But we're learning on the fly. As a good cutter, good changeup. Nice breaking ball in the dirt right there. Good curveball to get Ryan Braun to chase it in the dirt with 2 strikes.
Adam Lind, a strikeout victim his first time. As Chip Hale said, the Diamondbacks had a lot of options to take this start for the injured Chase Anderson, but they felt like this guy epitomizes what they're trying to get through to their other pitchers as an organization. He competes. He's shown some guts out there. And Chip said the way he pitches is what the Diamondbacks are looking for. He's ahead of Adam Lind, 0-2. And Chip said the Diamondbacks big league coaches know that Godley is a big time competitor out there, and so they believe he knows how to handle the nerves associated with this type of night for any young player. So far so good. And he strikes out Lind. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the 4th. That's 5 for Zach Godley. Now, we don't encourage. This is Judd. Oh, yeah, there you go, Judd. He's got a camera high above. We got a new camera position for a couple of games here, and Judd was the man who drew the assignment. It's a big one, but we trust him. And there he is, out by the draft room, right in the corner, hovering over right center field. Here's Carlos Gomez, and of course, when you're near the draft room, you have access to all those craft beers up there, brand new here at the ballpark. And I can see Judd has actually attached a tap to his camera. Judd, that's nice work.
Very nice. Yeah, they have a bunch of flavors of beverages out there in the tap room, draft room rather.
2-0. Take a look inside the draft room. Craft beer and bites, brand new. That's a beautiful facility in there. You can sit and look at all those draft beers on tap for you. Got a nice bar area, TVs. You can walk just out on the deck, just through the door there, and sit outside, watch the ball game. Tables out there. Take your pick. I wonder how far down the road Judd has made it. We're only in the 4th inning.
Judd's always been an overachiever, so I wouldn't put anything past him.
He's a gamer. Gomez doubled his first time up. Zach now at 50 pitches. Fly ball center field for Pollock. And Zach Godley sprints back into the dugout. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's changed beers. This Sunday, July 26th, Diamondbacks and Brewers. First 5,000 kids get this D-backs insulated lunch bag courtesy of Arizona Milk Producers. Get your tickets at dbacks.com, and we'll see you here at the ballpark Sunday. It's the last chance to see the Diamondbacks, so get your tickets at dbacks.com. The end of that Sunday game, the end of this long 10-game homestand. After that, baby, we are hitting the road. 3 in Seattle, 3 in Houston, and 4 in Washington, D.C. That's a long trip.
That is a long trip. One side of the country to the other, but you knew the job was dangerous when you signed up.
I'm all in. Tomas homered his first time up, his 6th of the year. That's been the only run of the game so far.
Watch out, partner. Oh, close.
A couple up here. Here's Yasmani.
Yeah, hit it the other direction back in the 2nd inning. This one blasted out near the RamTrucks.com pool area to spot the Diamondbacks to a 1-0 lead.
That's a good sign. He started the game hitting .301, the lowest his batting average has been since May 16th. And he might have another base hit here. Get down ball, and it does. Tomas 2 for 2. Yasmani has looked a little sluggish at the plate, a little tired. So some signs of life here again.
Just a little jam shot, but stayed on that ball. It was off the plate inside. We've seen him get to a lot of pitches off the plate inside. Didn't really hit this one particularly hard, but put it in a good spot. Hey fans, when the D-backs win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Diamondbacks win, you get 50% off your regular menu price online order at Papa John's. Enter promo code D-backs50 at papajohns.com.
Downtown Phoenix, here's Aaron Hill. Another gorgeous summer evening here in the Valley. Aaron flying out his first time up. Drew a pair of walks in the ball game last night against the Marlins, his only plate appearances of that last series. Bob, I just happened to glance down to the Diamondback dugout, and I see Mickey down there. And last time we had Throwback Thursday, he was very proud of his purple shirt, which was an original purple from '01. But Mick, I see you've John just with a hat tonight.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for clarifying.
Having some issues with his mic down there, but he did have the purple hat.
He's varying the look. Don't want to show up in the same shirt every night, every Thursday. 3-0 on Aaron Hill. He's got teal on, Mickey said, for the purple and teal. So he's got the purple with the cap and the teal with the shirt and the whole thing. He's really put some there. He's really put some thought into this.
Very nice. Yeah.
Nice work. Now, he does not have a beer on his camera like Judd does. But down there by home plate, I guess he's got to have quicker reactions.
By the 9th inning, Judd may not be wearing a shirt.
Or standing, for that matter. Keeps pulling that lever back. They have some pretty interesting pictures by the end of the ball game. 3-1 to Hill. Ball 4. 2 on, nobody out to open up the Diamondback 4th. Second walk issued by Mike Fiers. So a chance for Nick Ahmed here. Nick flying out his first time up. Tomas, the runner at second, and Aaron Hill at first. Nick now at .230 on the year. He is 2 for his last 28 at the plate. And Nick told us not too long ago in the hitters meetings during spring training, one thing Mark Gray said that really stuck with him. He said, Gracie said that when he played, he had one simple thought that he used to grade his at-bats. He got all this information, the video, the whole thing. But Gracie said all he cared about was, did I swing at the strikes and did I take the balls? And Nick said that really registered with him, and he's pretty much carried that with him through the rest of this year.
Sounds like such a simple approach, such a simple idea, but obviously when the guy has 4 or 5 or 6 pitches available out there on the mound, working them up, down, in, out, not always easy to stay in that strike zone and swing at good pitches, but the good hitters do. It's tough enough to hit strikes. If you're chasing pitches out of the zone, it really makes it tough.
Yeah, Nick told us that thought, did I swing at the strikes, did I take the balls, and putting it simply that way has really helped him with his approach, zoning in on a specific area of the strike zone and getting himself into good hitters counts. Takes a close one there, but Brian O'Nora says strike 2. Late time granted by Onora back there.
Well, this is the kind of season where a lot of little tidbits like that from Gracie and other things from Mike Harkey, from anybody on the coaching staff for that matter, are going to resonate a little bit more because the Diamondbacks position players have the youngest average age in the National League at just under 27 years old, and the pitcher's age is tied for lowest in the major leagues, 27.3. So guys kind of learning on the fly some of this stuff, and what better guys to learn from than veterans who have been through it and done it before. Now that Godley, or rather the pitcher's age, will go down with the addition of Zach Godley here tonight.
And there's a whole bunch of other Zach Godleys down in the system that are close at all levels. starters and reliever candidates. 1-2. He punches out Ahmed for 5th strikeout. So Mike fires. Let's take a look at our State Farm report of the game. A.J. Schugel has really put up some good numbers with AA Mobile, pitching for Robbie Hennick. Last night against Mississippi, got the win, pitched really well. 7-1 with a 1.77 in his last 11 starts. A.J. Schugel, whose Twitter handle is Shug Knight. Shug Knight, one of the better ones. The photo zone here at Chase Field. You can have your picture taken with Will Ferrell or Paul Goldschmidt. Here's Oscar Hernandez. Of course, that's not really them, but who's going to know? Oscar struck out his first time up. Two on, one out. Might have overswung there.
Just a tad. That's that change up in a fastball count. You get a lot of young hitters that gear it up for that fastball. They're ready to hit it out to Friday's Front Row Restaurant, and then a crafty veteran pitcher like Mike Fiers will pull the string, take a little bit off, get you way out in front.
The rare crafty righty.
He might come right back to that changeup again. That almost looked like a show me fastball at 92, well off the outside corner. Was never in the strike zone. I mean, in order for that changeup to be effective, most of the time you have to show a fastball so the hitter has a velocity to gauge before trying to take advantage of him with that changeup. Another fastball that time.
2-2.
That's why I was a 248 lifetime hitter.
But as a catcher, and granted Oscar's catching his 3rd major league game, but as a catcher, does it give you any more insight into that kind of thing about what to possibly expect as a hitter?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you're learning your craft behind the plate and trying to call pitches to your pitcher's strengths and the batter's weaknesses, it has to carry over to the offensive side.
He's off that one. Oscar's worked at full 3-2, you would think. Lucroy's turned into a very good hitter.
I think it all starts with what would I call in this situation, and then the more experience you get, the more games you get under your belt. With Jonathan Lucroy catching behind you, you kind of get an idea of what he likes to call in certain situations. Told a story about the great Tony Pena catching for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If there was a base stealer on at first base and you were the hitter, you were going to get all fastballs.
Because that's what he would call.
And he wanted to give himself the best chance to throw out that potential base stealer, so he called fastballs away from right-handed hitters almost exclusively with base stealers on at first base.
Scooter Jeanette sneaking in there, and they almost had Yasmani Tomas, who was going toward 3rd there.
Good recovery. First movement was toward 3rd base, but able to slam on the brakes and get back in under the tag.
Tomas at 2nd, Aaron Hill at 1st, 1 out. 3-2 on Oscar Hernandez. Oscar's got himself a base hit. He drops it into left center. Here comes Yasmani, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. First big league RBI for Oscar Hernandez.
Boy, Oscar gets one more fastball down the middle of the plate, knee high, went down and got it. Nice 2-strike approach right there, real quick and short to the ball. RBI base hit into that gap in left center.
Aaron Hill stops at 2nd, Oscar aboard at 1st. Still only 1 out, so here's Zach Godley. Corners will come in for the Brewers. Godley fouls the bunt attempt off. It's 0-1. Zach struck out looking his first time up. It was his first major league at bat. Andy Green coming in from 3rd. Conference time now with a rookie. He's official now. First big league RBI for the rookie catcher. He's 22 years old. Turned 22 earlier this month. So he's just a baby out there. And the veteran Aaron Hill at second. And make contact, and he's down 0-2.
Now this is something that Zach does not have a lot of experience with. Only 3 at-bats in the minor leagues. 2 strikeouts in those 3 at-bats.
Looks like with 2 strikes, he'll at least show one more attempt to get the bunt down. Lind and Perez have backed off on the corners a bit. Godley squares and pops it up. And that's the end of that. 6th strikeout for Fiers. Yeah, that's Zach. That's still same rules.
So that's all you get. I said he hasn't hit much.
Got a lot on his mind out there. It's all right. Mike Harkey's like, Zach, that's 3 strikes. Come back here. You're out. Yep. So 2 down now. A run is in. Here's Ender Inciarte. Ender doubled his last time up. A hard hit ball to the corner and right center. Blanket coverage here at the ballpark. Cameras all over the place here. Our terrific Fox Sports Arizona crew in place. First of a 4-game series against the Brewers. Ender slams it to center. They're going to way there and Hill. And Oscar Hernandez is headed for third, and he's in there. It gets by Perez. Here comes Oscar. And he's going to get home plate. It's in the dugout. 4-0 Diamondbacks. Boy, I don't know what's going on, but these throws from the Milwaukee outfield, it's a snowball fight again. That one got through Hernan Perez at third. Gomez already charged with 1 error in the ball game. Here comes Chip Hale.
Inciarte barrels it up again. 3 at-bats, 3 hard hit balls. That one forced Gomez to back up a couple of steps to make the play, and then that one's really more on Perez at third base than it was Gomez in center field. Just didn't pick it cleanly out of the dirt. Hernandez didn't know where the ball was initially. Got some help from his third base coach Andy Green. Another look at it from a different angle. Gomez has a tremendous throwing arm, but has not been close to his target yet tonight.
So it's 4-0 D-backs, a 3-run Arizona 4th. 2 outs, Inciarte at third, and here's Cliff Pennington, who was struck out twice. There's a strike, 1-1. Check swing foul, and Pennington's down 1-2.
It'll be a single and an RBI for Ender Inciarte, and then the next run scored on an E8.
And Ender winds up at third.
Ender takes second on the throw itself, and then he too advances on to third base when that ball got away.
So that's 2 errors in the ball game. Charge to Gomez in center. Onora rings up Pennington looking. 7th strikeout for Fiers, but it's 4-0 Diamondbacks. 4 innings, only 3 hits. He's got 5 strikeouts. Bob, your thoughts?
He looks real good. I mean, doing it mostly with a couple of different fastballs, the hard sinker, the cutter. He's thrown a couple of curveballs that have been really good. The most impressive thing, a great defensive play right there, checking the runner at third base before throwing to second, and then the relay throw completes the double play. But he's had 1 3-ball count in this game and 2 2-ball counts.
Efficient. That's
very
what they were
efficient.
Talking about.
Yeah, 3 or fewer pitches to 8 of the 14 hitters he's faced. He's had an 0-2 count 5 times.
And as we said, Chip Hale told us this guy pitches just the way the Diamondbacks want their pitchers to operate. He's what the D-backs have been looking for. And he's ahead of Scooter Gennett, 0-2. Only 11 pitches outside the strike zone all night long. Gennett grounded out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Zach Godley began this year at Class A Visalia. That's in the Cal League. He went 8-3 there with a 2.27 ERA. 75 innings, 78 strikeouts, and only 19 walks. So those numbers are reflected here in what we're seeing so far.
And a lot of good hitters parks in that Cal League.
And that shoots it the other way into left for a base hit. Leadoff single.
It's time to take a look at this day in Major League Baseball history, brought to you by Geico. For that matter, this day any year. This is on Nomar Garciaparra's birthday, and on his 29th birthday he hit 3 home runs in a 22-4 Red Sox victory over the then Devil Rays. He had a 2-run homer in the second, came up again in the second inning, hit another 2-run homer, and then in the third inning with the bases loaded hit a grand slam.
That was at the height of his Nomar-ness in Red Sox Nation. Gene Segura, speaking of shortstop, struck out his first time. And Dansby Swanson, the Diamondbacks' first overall pick in the draft this summer, was with us in the booth not too long ago. And he told us that when he was growing up, Nomar was his guy, his idol. One and one. I don't know where Guildenstern is, but here's Rosenkrantz.
Somebody's got to take care of business. Can't just come hang out at the ballpark. The entire law firm, right?
I was thinking more Hamlet, but that's all right.
Yeah, you lose me there with that. What's that guy's name? Bill Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Utility infielder for the Expos back in the day.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this son of yours.
Yeah, I missed that day in class. Among many.
It's not the Harvard of the Midwest for nothing. Fighting Bobcats. 2-1 on Segura. Double play ball here. Penny, Ahmed. Nick Ahmed one more time. Fancy footwork over the bag at second with Scooter Gennett coming in.
Well, about knocked Penny off his feet as he made that play, but got a good shovel toss on to Nick Ahmed, and that's all she wrote right there. This guy turns him as good as anybody in the National League.
He has put on a show lately. It's been fun to watch. Nick Ahmed. How about that? Don't see that at Visalia. Well, hopefully you do. Hernan Perez doubled his first time up. Make sure he's still got the right shirt on, right? Yeah, okay, he's good. Had the wrong jersey on early in the ball game. Well, this guy was 2 for 33 with the Tigers this year. They finally gave up on him. Zach spiked one there. Brewers picked him up off the scrap heap, and boy, he is rolling. Heading over 330 now. And Craig Counsell said earlier this month that Perez is swinging the bat so well, you want to keep him in the lineup. He's earned the playing time. So much so, they traded Aramis Ramirez today. He's now in Pittsburgh. Chop foul. I think it might be somehow in some strange way a blessing for these two guys here to go through this together. I mean, it's just Oscar's third big league start. It's the first for Godley. So in many ways, they're experiencing the same things out there.
I mean, I think in a perfect world, you'd like to have a veteran catcher back there behind the plate, somebody that's called a lot of games and maybe broken in a lot of rookies over the course of his career. But shy of that, the next best thing is probably a couple of rookies. You know, let them learn on the fly. Hopefully these two will be working together a lot in the future.
Zach Godley on one side from Bamberg, South Carolina. Oscar Hernandez on the other from Venezuela. And there's the strikeout to end the fifth, and there's the sprint back into the dugout. 6 strikeouts for Godley. He's got a 4-0 lead, and here's what's next, brought to you by CenturyLink. We'll see Yasmani Tomas, who so far is 2 for 2. Sponsored by Hayward Pool Products, enhancing the pool experience for over 80 years. We just happen to have a pool here in the ballpark. Breaking ball gets away from Fires. We went through this last night, up and in. Goldie leads off the fifth. So far, Goldie has doubled and walked. He's 1 for 1. Three and 0. Goldschmidt, Pollock, Tomas, 3, 4, and 5 here in the Arizona fifth. Here's the strike.
Do that again. Took a little off just to goose it up there in the strike zone on the 3-0 count. That was 87 miles an hour and straight as a string.
It's full 3 and 2.
And on another obvious fastball count, comes back with that cutter out there on the outside corner. Goldie just does get a piece of it.
Got him. That's the 8th strikeout for Mike Fiers, 1 down.
A lot of deception in that delivery. I mean, when you're throwing 87, 88, 90 mile-an-hour fastballs by a potential Triple Crown winner, you're doing something right. And I think a lot of it has to do with that high front side I've talked about, the deception. Hitters just don't pick up the ball nearly as quickly against Mike Fiers as you do against some guys that throw out there at that low 3/4 arm angle and give you a real good look.
A.J. Pollock, base hit. That rolls into the gap in left center. Parra can't corral it out there. Goes to the wall, and A.J.'s on the run. He's going to get 3 here. Gerardo Parra raced over there from his left field spot to cut it off, and it went all the way to the wall. It's been a rough night for the Milwaukee outfield.
That ball was scooting toward the warning track out there in left center, and we've seen Gerardo Parra do this dozens of times here at Chase Field. Just try to smother it, quickly pop to his feet and throw the ball back in, but came up empty, and A.J. Pollock motors all the way around to third base.
.104 miles an hour off the bat. We are told that's been scored a triple, so no error on Parra. He might have rolled his wrist a little bit on that one. Here's Tomas, who's 2 for 2, a homer and a single. He scored twice. Infield is in for the Brewers, 0-1. A lot of swings and misses lately from Tomas. He has struck out at least once in 10 consecutive games. 14 strikeouts in his last 10 games. He's down 0-2.
So we're going to come right back inside again.
Elevated, and he can't hold up. That's 9 strikeouts for Fiers. 2 down here in the 5th.
With the velocity readings and the lack of movement that we've seen on the pitches, it has to be something, and I really still believe it's that deception in the delivery, that high front side. I mean, Chris Young for years got away with a fastball in the low to mid 80s with that very similar delivery.
Aaron Hill walked and scored his last time up. He's 0 for 1. Well, Fiers has turned in some real gems for Craig Counsell lately. July 3rd at Cincinnati, kept the Reds scoreless, 7 innings of 3-hit ball. He beat the Pirates in his previous start. That was last Friday at Miller Park. And again, only 3 hits allowed in 7 innings with 7 strikeouts. He's at 90 pitches, 59 for strikes. Zach Godley, a 4-0 lead in his major league debut. He has struck out 6 so far. 5 innings of shutout ball. He's given up just 4 hits. And there for a strike, 1-2.
Right forearm there, you see some residual strawberries from either diving at balls defensively or sliding head first into a base. But for a lot of players, those start in spring training and they don't go away until the end of October.
Base hit, 5-0 Diamondbacks. He's feeling pretty good right now, an RBI single. And Bob Brenly, can I interest you in some tacos?
What do you think? Yes.
Shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
We got tacos.
There you go. Now Zach Godley's got a 5-0 lead. Nick Ahmed 0 for 2. He struck out his last time. The Diamondbacks got a great gift from the schedule makers, a 10-game homestand to open up the second half of the year following the All-Star break. A chance to make a move in the postseason picture, but it's not gone nearly the way they'd hoped. Losers of 5 of 6 in the homestand so far, 8 of their last 9 overall, but a chance for the first of 4 against the Brewers here to reverse course and get this thing back in the right direction.
I think Chip Hale obviously wants the wins, no question about it, but he'd be content right now just to see some better baseball. You know, the Diamondbacks, as we began this mythical second half of the season, just didn't look like the same team we saw in the first half. They were making physical errors, mental mistakes, base running mistakes, but hopefully that'll all settle down here this weekend against the Brewers.
I mean, you look at these teams coming in here, they're starting the second half on these 9 and 10 game road trips. A chance for the Diamondbacks to get some extra rest over the break and then open up with a long homestand. But they've just not been able to take advantage, at least not yet. 0-2 on Ahmed.
On that last road trip before the break on July 8th, the Diamondbacks beat the Rangers 7-4 to even up at 42-42. Actually caught the Giants in the National League West. They were only 5 games behind the Dodgers, only 4 behind the Cubs for the second wild card spot, and certainly a lot of enthusiasm as they rolled into New York, but they've been 1-8 since then.
Yeah, got swept by the Mets to close the first half, swept by the Giants here to open up the second half, and drop 2 of 3 to the Marlins. But hoping to get it going again here. Of course, the National League West, it's no picnic. Dodgers won again. They beat the Mets 3-0 behind Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw had a perfect game for 6 innings of that one today.
Padres right now scoreless, hosting the Marlins, who were just in here. It's in San Diego. One and 2 on Nick Ahmed.
Be it for Mike Fiers. His spot is due to lead off in the top half of the 6th inning, and his next delivery will be number 100 on the ball game. Trailing by 5 runs in the game. Nobody throwing at this point, but we'll see how Craig Counsell plays it.
The new skipper down there who took over for Ron Renicky earlier this year. Jerry Nair, the bench coach. 2-2.
Well, Jonathan Lucroy gets a lot of notoriety for his offensive prowess. In a tough position to be a good offensive player, but he is really good defensively as well. Not your prototypical build for a catcher at the major league level. He's very slight of build, but man, is he quick. Perfect blocking position right in the middle of the chest protector, and then the recover part of it to make sure that Aaron Hill could not advance.
And we'll talk over the course of this series about Lucroy and his unique ability to get small and low back there behind the plate. He makes himself very, very small in that crouch. And he gets a lot of called strikes for his pitchers like that one right there. 10 strikeouts for Fiers, but the Diamondbacks add one more. And through 5, they lead it 5-0.
Not only playing to the matchups, but also calling upon his elders, if you will. With the team scuffling a bit, Hale said he wanted to get guys like Aaron Hill and Cliff Pennington out there because he thinks when a team is struggling, a veteran presence can be the answer to slowing things down, forgetting about the big picture and just focusing on the game at hand. And perhaps we're already seeing evidence of that. Cliff told me, with experience in the game comes a greater understanding for the ups and downs a season can have over the course of 6 months. He acknowledged that in your first couple of years, it's easy to get caught up in struggles and start pressing, but he's able to go out there and remember that, you know, just with the winning streak or hitting streak, you're only one swing away, one game away from turning things around. He said it's very simple. He just goes out there and, you know, keeps it simple. I won't finish that saying out of respect for you guys.
Shane Peterson hitting for Fiers. And they're against Zach Godley, so Fiers' night is over. Peterson 316 and 6 RBIs. Called up for his Milwaukee debut at the beginning of June. Tap it over the mound. Ahmed's on it. Throws him out.
Well, there's a lot to like so far tonight from Zach Godley, but one thing that really jumps out for me, we've talked a lot about how he's used this sinker-cutter combination and thrown a lot of fastballs, and many times when you do that, your second and third pitches just kind of disappear because you don't throw them often enough to have a good feel for them. He's thrown 6 changeups in the ballgame, all for strikes.
I mean, to be able to throw those pitches effectively for strikes in your major league debut is amazing. Arano Parra 0 for 2.
It's like another changeup coming here. Man, this is just money.
He's having himself a night. Out there in the 6th inning with a 5-0 lead. He's given up only 4 hits. He struck out 6 and has not walked a batter. Zach Godley out of the University of Tennessee in his major league debut. And if you count tonight, this is only his 4th ever professional appearance above A ball. But he looks like a seasoned major league veteran tonight. He's ahead of Parra 0-2.
First one of the night. That changeup just got away from him a little bit. Looked like he lost his footing right at the point of release. We haven't seen him spin off the mound like that. I think he just lost his footing a little bit when he landed on that left shoe.
Now it's 70 pitches. Bullpen still quiet for the Diamondbacks. Hey fans, now's the time. Tweet us your strongest fan photo. Just remember, use the hashtag AZDataStrongFan. AZDataStrongFan on the Twitter, and you might see your photo in our Diamondback broadcast. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. The friendly committee is in session. Bullpen starting to heat up for the Brewers. Well, second time, Zach looked like he couldn't quite find his footing there, and he's behind 2-2. Or even 2-2, pardon me.
Well, third time through the Brewers lineup, and we've seen him use his fastball extensively the first 2 times through, but we're seeing some more off-speed deliveries here. Oh, got it in the leg. Ouch.
Right around the kneecap, it looked like, for Parra. And the trainers are out there.
Looked like a cutter inside, just ran in there a little bit too far. Whoa, right on top of the left kneecap. Ouch.
Parra has become the engine that has really driven this Milwaukee offense. They lost Chris Davis for more than a month with a knee injury at the end of May. That actually happened against the Diamondbacks. Gomez was out for a while, but Parra really since the last week of April has been the driving offensive force in this lineup, right on that knee.
You know, it looked like he perhaps swung at that pitch. That barrel of the bat was way out there. I was just watching the pitch hit him in the knee a couple times there. But if you watch the bat on that swing, it looked like he may have taken a hack at it. Of course, if you swing at a pitch and it hits you, it's a strike. Very close.
And Parra, a fan favorite here for a long time, of course. Parts of 6 seasons with the Diamondbacks. Won a pair of Gold Gloves. Hit .274, averaged 7 homers, 45 RBIs a year, 10 stolen bases. This is the kind of guy that gives you a little bit of everything.
And you'd show up at the ballpark to watch him play defense.
You bet. Sure. A lot of people here did.
He was special.
And armed from the outfield.
Walk it off down that first baseline with Dan Wright, the assistant athletic trainer, a Valley native.
And, you know, we have Gerardo Parra bobblehead dolls all over the booth here. You accumulate a lot when you play like this over the course of 6 seasons.
Talk a lot about the advance reports and the kind of information teams find on the advance reports on opposing pitchers and opposing hitters, and I guarantee you Gerardo Parra was always a big part of the opposition's advance meeting. Hey, don't even think about taking an extra 90 feet on that guy out there in right field.
And as we said, the Parra bobbleheads have stacked up here, and that's a Craig Counsell one on the end there. Looks just like him. G running up and down the right field line there, trying to run that off. He'll take his base at first with 1 out, and Lucroy will hit. Having some fun down there with Goldie. Lucroy so far 0 for 2. 2-0. Andrew Chafin, who, as we mentioned, has drawn comparisons with Zach Godley for the makeup and the bulldog attitude out there, starting to just get loose in the Sanderson Ford bullpen. Behind on Lucroy, 2-0. This is in the air to right. That's Ronnie Cholas. 2 down. Hey, D-backs fans, we're excited to introduce to you new from Pepsi, Pepsi Limon, made with 2% real lime juice. That's a little bit of lime, but a whole lot of flavor. Pick up yours today. Brand new Pepsi Limon, available at your local retailer. 2 down for Braun. Always a fan favorite here. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice so far against Zach Godley. He was, in fact, Godley's first big league strikeout victim, back to win the first. Ryan Braun has been a much better hitter away from Miller Park this year. In fact, he's 50 points better on the road, and that's where he's hit 12 of his 16 homers.
Kind of surprising, given the reception that Ryan Braun gets when he travels around Major League Baseball, but maybe motivates him. Maybe feeds on that a little bit, that negativity that he gets everywhere he goes.
And he was one of the premier players in the game. 5 consecutive All-Star games through the 2012 season. And ever since that suspension for PED use in 2013, and his adamant refusal that he had done anything, that complicated things. But I guess it's been 2 years now. He's got to learn to live with it and move on. At least that's what he says publicly. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryan Braun, this is his age 31 season. And 4 years ago, he signed a 5-year, $105 million contract extension that has not started yet. That starts next year. So the Brewers will owe Braun about $20 million a year, each year for the next 5 seasons. Drives this toward the right field corner. And it's in the seats. Zach Godley trying to get through 6 innings with that 5-0 lead. Parra the runner at first. 2 outs, a ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Braun. Just did get a piece of it to stay alive. Pitcher spot is due up second for the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 6th inning, so this figures to be it for Godley. That one goes behind Oscar Hernandez, and Parra moves up. Trying to backhand that one behind the plate.
A little cutter that just took off down low and away. Once again, the first look Oscar's had at Zach Godley as well, so we anticipated it might be a little bit of a physical battle back there behind the plate tonight until he can learn the movement on his pitches and what happens when he overthrows it, what happens when he underthrows it.
2-2 on Braun, 2 outs, and Parra at second. Just what the Diamondbacks coaches were looking for, that efficiency. Has been in and around the strike zone all night long. No walks, 6 strikeouts. He's given up just 4 hits. Trying to get through this 6th.
Runner at second base. Little confusion there. What sign are we using in the sequence? And Godley went up in the stretch position. Either thought better about the pitch selection or maybe wasn't quite sure what the pitch selection was. So calls Oscar out to the mound there to talk it over.
Been a quiet night for Mike Harkey. Lately he's made a lot of mound visits out there. Didn't need one tonight. Not with the way this young man has pitched. A little bit of everything from Zach tonight. Parra at second. 2 outs, 2-2 on Braun. Chafin still warming up down in the Diamondback bullpen. Oscar Hernandez spot will lead off the 6th. After that, it's Godley. So empty the tank right here. In the seats as well. Braun has really given him a battle here.
Godley's used all of his weapons in this at bat to Ryan Braun. We've seen the sinker, we've seen the cutter, we've seen some change-ups, the last pitch a curveball, and Braun just getting a piece to stay alive.
Remember, you've got the lefty Chafin who's ready down there. If he loses Braun here, you've got the lefty Lind in the on-deck circle. So this is Godley's last hitter, likely one way or the other. One more time on 2-2.
Well, certainly the pitch count not an issue at this point in the ball game for Zach Godley. That last delivery was number 86 on the night. Adam Lind in the on-deck circle, even though he's a left-handed hitter, he has struck out in both of his at-bats against Godley. So we'll see how Chip wants to play it, depending on what happens here to Ryan Braun.
The Godley clan, friends, family, and fiance all in there. There's Dad in the orange shirt. Here we go. It's in the booth.
I wasn't going to move.
There you go, BB. Find a young man. Nicely done.
That was a catchable ball, but I didn't want anything to do with it.
Learn your lesson.
My fielding percentage is already 0 on the season. Can't go down. I should have tried for it.
Chase that one. It rolls away from Oscar. The throw to first, and there it is. Zach Godley in his major league debut. 7 strikeouts and 6 shutout innings. He's got a 5-0 lead. is brought to you in part by your Valley Honda dealers, where you'll get more standard features for less money. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Mix One, great taste, no face, available at local retailers. Hey fans, Saturday, it's an MLB doubleheader starting with the A's and the Giants. And then at 4 o'clock Pacific time, the Braves and the Cardinals, a game you can see only on Fox Sports 1. The Bay Area battle at 1, A's and Giants, and then the Braves and the Cardinals at 4 o'clock. Coverage begins at 1 Pacific only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Zach Godley, no walks and no runs allowed in his major league debut. He gave up just 4 hits and had 7 strikeouts. Really, really impressive. Now, that's on the list. There's been a couple that have been better, but that's on the list of best Diamondback debuts all time.
And under the circumstances, you would expect the guy to struggle with 1 or more of his pitches in his major league debut. But I talked about it an inning ago. His off-speed stuff was unbelievable tonight. Through 10 curveballs, 9 for strikes. Through 9 changeups, 7 of those for strikes.
And Oscar Hernandez, who's been catching Zach Godley and had his first major league RBI in his last at bat, leads off the 6th against Corey Knebel, the new Brewer pitcher, on in relief of Mike Fiers, who struck out 10 tonight. He went, says Paul Schreiber down here, so 1 away here in the 6th. Our Arizona Federal Credit Union power player of the game. Well, guess who? 7 strikeouts tonight, the most by a Diamondback pitcher in his big league debut ever. Ties him with Max Scherzer back in 08. So far, he's in pretty good company. And here's Godley's spot up right now. Jake Lamb will hit. Jake, 272 and 2 home runs. He had a triple here last night against the Marlins. Pitches and 66 strikes for Zach Godley. 6 scoreless, 4 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts in his big league debut. 1-2 on Lamb now.
Well, what Zach Godley just completed is, that's what he does. As Jake Lamb goes down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. Everything else that he's going to experience over the next 4 days is new. Clubhouse spread after the game, flying airplanes to the next city, staying in nice hotels, meals after the game, meals before the game. And it's not a bologna or peanut butter sandwich.
I was going to say that they don't stay at the Ritz in the Cal League.
I don't think so.
You mean when you go play the Biloxi Shuckers, you're not at the Four Seasons?
They were remodeling when we were in Biloxi, so.
Well, they always are.
Had to stay out on the freeway.
Ender Inciarte has a pair of hits, a double and a single. He's got an RBI.
Yeah, that was always a common complaint of minor league guys. You go into spring training and they have meetings with nutritionists and they encourage you to eat better and talk about the timing of your meals. And then you go out to start your minor league season and you get home to the hotel after a ball game and all there is a 7-Eleven that's open 24 hours and a gas station. Okay. I don't think they have kale salads at the 7-Eleven.
How about that catch by the gentleman along the railing, and the D-backs polo with a glove in his hand. I think, BB, we're in a generous mood tonight, considering the way Zach Godley has pitched. But that guy deserves a contract.
I think so.
Let's see if we can get this run up through the committee. I'm getting a thumbs up from Noah Berlin.
Up. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
If Noah approves, it's a done deal. Tyler Morgulis. Well, Corey Knebel comes in and strikes out the side. 1-2-3. How about this catch? The contract is on the way. It's 5-0 Diamondbacks. It is a one-of-a-kind, must-have collectible. You can pick up yours this Saturday before the Diamondbacks and Brewers game. It's courtesy of our friends at Fry's Food Stores. Get your tickets right now. dbacks.com. Saturday, the Randy Hall of Fame bobblehead. The plaque is on this. I mean, here you go, BB. This is a great looking bobblehead. We've got one up in our booth right here. It's got the Hall of Fame plaque right there. Bob Brenly modeling our bobblehead. Here it is.
I want you to notice, complete with mullet.
With the mullet and all the accomplishments on the back there.
On the back, yeah, this is a must-have.
I mean, you're not getting that in the store. You're only getting it here at the ballpark on Saturday. So get your tickets at dbacks.com.
And you're not getting it back.
Andrew Chafin, the left-hander, on in relief of Zach Godley. Yeah, they did a beautiful job on this. It's got the official Hall of Fame logo in the background there. All of Randy Johnson's numbers on the back. Zach Godley surrounded by his pitchers as Adam Lynn leads off the Brewers' 7th. He is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts against Godley. Robbie Ray, Chase Anderson, Jeremy Hellickson. And the numbers on Zach Godley in his major league debut. 88 pitches, 66 strikes.
And when a guy makes his major league debut and does as well as Zach Godley did, it's easy to look back and start to compare it to some other debuts that we've seen this season. Archie Bradley's debut went 6 innings. He did not allow a run. He struck out 6. Tonight, Godley was 6 innings, no runs, 7 strikeouts. The difference was Archie walked 4 in his debut. Godley was all over the strike zone tonight.
Ungodly, if you would.
Yes, indeed. I'm a little concerned about the Godley Goldie. I think there's going to be some issues there moving forward.
Well, there's still a ball game to win here. 5-0 in the 7th. The bullpen game now for both sides.
We talked about it in the early going tonight. This Brewers club really has been swinging the bats well. You'd never know it by the way they approach Zach Godley, but these guys are capable of busting out. They're very much an offense-oriented ball club.
That was Gary Schiffman down there, and BB, once again, our Golden Glovers have come through with an A- on the look. We've got to get them some purple helmets. I mean, the uniform looks fantastic. There's Ron Pennington down the right field line, but the Sedona red helmet, it clashes a bit.
It does clash. Yeah. And we're all about fashion.
I mean, I'm constantly told by my wife to accessorize. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't appear that the Golden Glovers are accessorized. But the uniforms look tremendous here on this Throwback Thursday.
I'll check my garage. I might have some purple helmets out in the garage. Plaid shirt, John Deere hat, and a spit cup in your pocket. Yee-haw!
Here's a gamer. He gets away from the shift, but right to Ahmed. And that's the first out in the 7th.
Hey fans, we invite you to play Kachinko out here at Chase Field by signing up at one of the 20 interactive kiosks all over Chase Field during any Diamondbacks regular season home game.
Carlos Gomez a double in the 2nd. 1 for 2. See the numbers on Gomez there, 272, 8 homers. He's had some injuries. The numbers aren't quite what they have been the previous 2 years when he's been an all-star. But he's been accumulating RBIs in bunches lately. 16 RBIs in his last 13 games for Gomez. Nagging leg injuries all the year. Was on the DL in late April. Had hamstring and a hip.
Well, he never gets cheated, that's for sure. Carlos Gomez may not be widely recognized as a power hitter, but he sure swings like one.
Oh, he's one of your batting practice favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, through the generous donation of Noah Berlin down there, who runs our contract department. There's Goldie. Chafin hustles over and beats him to the bag. Well, we have awarded this gentleman with a contract for that outstanding catch, and he's being presented the contract right now. And he made a terrific catch up against the railing there with the Diamondback polo on. He's got the soda in front of him, the glove. It's our Chaz Roberts air conditioning cool play of the game. This catch of the foul ball off Ender Inciarte.
Yeah, just enough range, maybe a step and a half to his right, and then leans out over the railing. Yes, indeed, that deserves a fist pump.
And of course, what you get with a contract, all kinds of stuff. You get a discount at the team shop. You get tickets to upcoming ball games. But
looks like he's negotiating for a little more.
Yeah. We urge you to stay behind the railing, though. Don't lean over. He had what I liked about that catch was he had one hand firmly on the railing, wasn't leaning over, because that's where you really get into some dangerous situations. Scooter Gennett now. But you make a nice catch here, and if the Brenly committee can move it up the chain and, run through the red tape, you have the ability to do that. You make some calls. There's a lot of bureaucracy over there with Noah Berlin, because frankly, he's a little power hungry. We can make that happen. Now, we mentioned earlier that one of the comps for Zach Godley was Andrew Chafin. Not so much in the stuff, one's a righty, one's a lefty, but physically they have the same kind of build and the same kind of bulldog mentality out there. There's sort of a physical comparison. You can kind of see why.
You see determination in those four eyes.
1-1 to Gennett. Single his last time up. He's 1 for 2.
For Andrew Chafin, you really want to keep your foot on the Brewers' necks right here. In their last 10 road games, they're 8-2. They've hit .336 as a team, averaging 6.5 runs per game. So as we mentioned a little while ago, this is a team that is capable of coming back. Just don't give them any breathing room.
Well, he's fallen behind 3-1 with Segura on deck. Randall Delgado starts to get loose in the Sanderson Ford bullpen. Brad Ziegler doing his stretching exercises. Gennett sends an easy fly ball out to center for AJ. Andrew Chafin works a 1-2-3 seventh. We stretch at Chase Field. It's 5-0 Diamondbacks. Bottom of 7 here at Chase Field. Diamondbacks lead the Brewers 5-0 for a 4-game series. Corey Knebel, who struck out the side in order in the last inning, is back out there for his second inning of work on relief of Mike Fiers, who struck out 10 Diamondbacks tonight. But the D-backs got some timely hits and have a 5-0 lead as Cliff Pennington leads off the 7th. Pennington, Goldie, Pollock 2, 3, and 4. And Cliff so far 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. There's a strike, 1-1. Final 4 games of this 10-game homestand. And then it's off to Seattle for 3, Houston for 3, and Washington for 4. We go all the way across the country. After this weekend on a long road trip, Pennington knocks it into right, a base hit. Leadoff man aboard in the 7th.
Thinking about the time we get into D.C., that's right about the time that the governor will announce that he is going to throw his hat in the ring for the presidential race.
Well, there's no better place to do that than Washington, D.C. The governor's running?
It's just a rumor at this point.
Wow, but, it's breaking news here.
Everybody else is, so why not Greg Schulte?
I'd vote for him. Goldie struck out his last time up. He's doubled and walked. What party is the governor affiliated with? Is he independent?
The governor just likes all parties. You mean political party?
Well, he's had some late nights lately. There's the governor, Greg Schulte, the longtime radio voice of the Diamondbacks, working alongside just to our right, Tom Candiani, Jeff Munn in there as well, and it's all overseen by the great Leo Gilmartin.
I would assume Candy would be his vice presidential candidate, and Leo Gilmartin probably the campaign manager, which pretty much eliminates any chance at the governor winning.
I was going to say, have you ever seen Veep?
Yeah,
that would be the equivalent of the staff. You know, that dopey guy Mike, that's kind of Leo. There's Candy locked in, Leo overseeing things behind. Is Leo still picking out the photos for the Brenly committee?
He's helping. Yeah, Leo has a very busy schedule. He tries to squeeze it in every day, just a couple of minutes to peruse a few of the photos that we've narrowed down to the finalists.
In addition to his radio duties, his podcast duties, he's got a lot going on. Goldie ahead 3-0. Pennington takes off. That's a strike, and Cliff is in there with a stolen base. His 3rd of the year. He's 3 for 3.
Love the aggressiveness of the Diamondbacks this season. I mean, they have stolen bases at an alarming rate. Only the Reds lead them in the National League in that particular category. And you go back to the 2012 season, Goldie led the team with 18. In 2013, Goldie led with 15. Last year, Ender with 19. AJ's already got 20 this year. Goldie's running wild on the bases. Ender Inciarte just back off the disabled list. You got to believe that with more at bats and more times on base, he will start to rack up more stolen bases. Chris Owings, when he's swinging the bat well and getting on base, he's a threat. Nick Ahmed is a threat to run at any time.
I mean, Goldie right now is 3 stolen bases away from a 2020 season. Pollock's 9 homers away from 2020.
As a matter of fact, the Diamondbacks' next stolen base will tie their season last year.
Breaking news, Paul Goldschmidt has walked. He leads the major leagues in walks. That's his 2nd tonight. Well, let's see how Leo did tonight. As promised earlier, we have selected, or Leo has selected, our Data Strong fan photo of the game. And here it is, brought to you by our friends at T-Mobile. That's a solid job.
Got the uni on. That's a pet, that's not a varmint.
He's upset about Pluto being demoted as a planet. I'll have to check in with Ralph Kelso about that. So fans, tweet us your strongest fan photo to AZ Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
Obviously one of the Bark at the Park days that we have here at Chase Field. People bring Fido and Rover out here to enjoy some baseball.
There's Baxter. He's out here as well. Bob, I'm glad we brought up the fan photo because Ralph Kelso, I'm told, is under the weather and will not be doing the Ralph Kelso spot on weather forecast. We were trying to get a forecast for the weekend, but Ralph is unavailable.
Yeah, under the weather, and normally he's right on top of it.
That's really good. Base hit for AJ. Here comes Pennington. Braun over to cut it off. And it's an RBI double for A.J. Pollock and a 6-0 Diamondback lead. A slow roller out there in the gap between Gomez and Braun, and A.J. able to take second there.
Just past a diving Scooter Gennett at second base, and once again a throw back to the infield from the Brewers outfield gets away. Ryan Braun just kind of lobbed it back into the second base position and ticked off the glove of Scooter Gennett, rolled across the infield. Closer ball game. Goldie might have tried to score on that ball as well.
So a run in, second and third, nobody out, and here's Tomas, who was chasing one way up there. He singled and homered.
But the Brewers have discovered a soft zone in the Yasmani Tomas swing. They have been going up there above the letters time and time again.
He's down 0-1. I was going to say, Ralph not available to do the Ralph Kelso spot on weather forecast. Kevin, I'm told, was ready to step in. Now, I don't know if Kevin's weekend weather forecast will be as spot on as Ralph Kelso's. Kevin, are you ready to go? No, his mic's not working. See, Ralph has sabotaged your microphone because he's not available for the Ralph Kelso spot on weather forecast. And Mickey's, by the way, and Judd's. Although Judd's, boy, Yasmani's up there swinging at everything these days.
You know, if Kevin can just shake his head yes or no. Kevin, is confidence high that the weather's going to be nice? Very high. Okay. Okay. That's all we need to know.
Confidence high. Ralph Kelso catchphrase. There's Ralph. Now, Ralph wore his purple Diamondbacks shirt tonight. He's got the D-backs t-shirt underneath. But I was told, Ralph, it's a no-go tonight. No go. All right. Stay within yourself. Here's Aaron Hill. That's a fair ball. Perez at third. Long for 2 down.
That's the big question. Is always Friday night is fireworks night here at Chase Field. We highly recommend you come out and enjoy a ball game and stick around afterwards and watch the fireworks spectacular.
Yeah, and then don't forget Saturday, Randy Johnson bobblehead day, the one-of-a-kind item. You can't buy that in stores, only here at the ballpark. First 25,000 fans Saturday. And then Sunday, it's D. Baxter's birthday. So Baxter's birthday, you get an insulated lunch bag. So fireworks Friday, the unit bobblehead Saturday, insulated lunch bag on Sunday. So lots of reasons to join us down here at Chase Field all weekend long. dbacks.com/tickets. Nick Ahmed lifts that high in the air to short right. Braun coming in. And the Diamondbacks will strand 2, but they get one more through 7. They lead it 6-0.
Well, you know there's a competition down on the field. What you may not know is there's a little friendly competition amongst us reporters. You see, a couple years back, Jody Jackson had a chance down in Texas to order a boom dog at the Rangers game. Now, that was a 1 pound, 2 foot dog. How do I one-up her? Well, with a churro dog, naturally, and I'm going to make it and eat it. So take that, Jody. Here we go. I don't know how many calories yours had. Mine had 1,100. I think that makes me a winner. Here we go. Plus, it's National Hot Dog Day. Gotta get the ice cream. I'm going to throw in chocolate, too. One more scoop. Can't forget the syrup. Whipped cream, whipped cream. Where's the whipped cream?
Well, that looks better than the one Jody ate in Texas. Yeah. I can say that. Gene Segura leads off the 8th against Randall Delgado. Third pitcher of the night after Andrew Chafin worked a 1-2-3-7. I wonder if the Diamondback contingent that I'm sure is camped out at the Oda Saga right now watching our ball game can get a churro dog in Cooperstown. I'm sure they're all there gathered around the TV.
I seriously doubt they're eating churro dogs.
Back on the back porch by the lake eating a churro dog. There you go. All that in honor of National Hot Dog Day. And I'm sure Tony La Russa, who's out there for Randy Johnson's Hall of Fame ceremony, absolutely thrilled with what he saw from Zach Godley, the chief baseball officer.
Boy, how could you not be thrilled with what we saw from the young right-hander tonight? Just totally in command of this ball game. Stuff was fantastic. His composure on the mound was everything we'd heard it would be.
He looked terrific. 6 innings of shutout baseball and gave up only 4 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts.
Against an offense that had just been rolling coming into this game.
Yeah, the Brewers 17-7 since June 23rd. Only the Angels have played better baseball over the last month. And Segura red hot. 25 hits in 15 games in July, but he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a double play ball. And Milwaukee still with only 4 hits in the ball game.
As we said at the top of the show, Mike Fiers, the Brewers have won his last 5 starts, so a lot going good tonight for the D-backs.
Three and 2 now on Segura. Hernan Perez on deck. Bouncer in the hole. There's Aaron Hill. Quick release, and they get Segura. That was hit slowly to Aaron. A little bit of a high hop. He had to wait for it to get to him. And the Brewers are on the top step of the dugout here. That was a close play at first. Paul Schreiber set out. Craig Counsell waiting for word from the clubhouse. Here's a look.
Very close, but he's out.
And there is no challenge from Milwaukee.
You know, in tonight's ball game, Zach Godley, not the whole story. The Diamondbacks' bats came to life tonight. They've scored 6 runs so far. They've had 5 extra base hits. They scored only 7 runs in their previous 4 games, and only 5 extra base hits combined in those 4 games.
Hernan Perez, the third baseman. Well, Counsell still looks like they check his ID at the door, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Why is the clubby managing the team?
Bat boys dressed down the hall, son.
Perez doubled in the third. He's 1 for 2. Struck out his last time up.
You just knew Craig Counsell was going to end up sitting in that hot seat for somebody. It was just a question of which team it would be and when would it be. Going all the way back to his playing days down in Florida. Coming here with the Diamondbacks, always wanting to learn from his teammates, from the coaching staff, from his managers, always asking questions about why you do this, why do you do that. Why didn't you try to do this? Just trying to learn as much as he could about the game. He already had tremendous instincts and a real good feel for the game anyway, but he wanted to be in this position someday, and I think he's going to be a really good major league manager.
Named as the replacement for Ron Renicky earlier this season. He had a front office job with the Brewers for years, and it was always maybe considered that he would be groomed, to be a GM, a front office guy too. But here he's in the dugout. 6 seasons with the Diamondbacks, 6 in Milwaukee. Two and 2 on Hernan Perez. Got him. 2 down. Well, the bullpen has picked up right where Zach Godley left off. Chafin and Delgado have retired all 5 they faced.
And don't discount the fact that Zach Godley was able to go 6 strong innings. We talk about it all the time, the ability to go to that bullpen. And those guys that are coming in from the pen, I mean, Andrew Chafin knew he was only going to be responsible for 1 inning in this ball game. It wasn't like they needed to stretch him out. We need to get some innings out of our pen. He was coming in to pitch 1 inning, and it was flame on. Let's go. And now Randall Delgado, same deal. Come in here, give us everything you've got for 1 inning. Makes all the difference in the world when that starting pitcher can get you into a manageable point in the ball game, and especially when the offense puts up runs.
Hector Gomez, the pinch hitter, hitting for the pitcher Knebel. Gomez at 200 with 1 homer. And Randall's ahead 0-2. Gomez, the on-base percentage only .233. He's a defense-first type of guy. 3 for his last 23 at the plate. Misses with a fastball. It's 1-2. Gomez this year is a pinch hitter, 2 for 17.
The Brewers have actually been doing a nice job as a unit pinch hitting over 280 as a group.
Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 8th will have Oscar Hernandez, the pitcher spot, and Ender Inciarte, 8-9-1. They've out hit the Brewers 10-4. They lead it 6-0. He struck him out. 6 up, 6 down so far for Chafin and Delgado. The Diamondback bullpen in relief of Zach Godley with a 6-0 lead.
Tommy Jackson alongside our VIP guest analyst tonight, former Diamondback and current head coach of the Grand Canyon University baseball team, Andy Stankiewicz. Andy, you mentioned you're tied to Zach Godley, seeing him a couple of years ago with Team USA, and just what were your impressions of him?
I did a great job. Just kind of pitched as advertised. Just stayed down in the zone. Got that good split. Was working well tonight. Got 2 double play ground balls. First and third, no outs. Kind of looked like a little dicey. Did a good job of filling his position, getting that big double play. Nick Ahmed back to home plate on that play. That's a big league play right there.
Yeah,
great
we'll
defense.
Look forward to more of your analysis post-game, guys. Join us for D-backs Live right after the game.
Thank you, guys. Bottom 8 here at Chase Field. D-backs with a 6-0 lead. And the new pitcher for the Brewers, it's the right-hander David Goforth. His 5th appearance of the year. Phil Einhorn with oil and Goforth. Hernandez, an RBI single in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. Oscar shoots that foul down the left field. There's Gary Schiffman pouncing on it. Oh, 0-2. Oscar's 3rd big league start tonight, catching Zach Godley. We are told that Wellington Castillo should be okay and might be able to start tomorrow, if that's what Chip Hale wants to do. Coming off that hamstring injury. There's a ball, 1-2. There's Welly. Tuffy goes a wish, coming off knee surgery. A lot of banged up catchers back there. You've got Laird on the DL, Salty on the DL.
It happens.
Tuffy out for the year, and Castillo limping. There's the strikeout. 1 away here in the 8th. Tonight on Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1. 10 other games tonight across the Major League calendar, including Clayton Kershaw against Bartolo Colon in New York. The deadline is looming. Was this David Price's final start in a Tigers uniform? Plus, 12-time Pro Bowl corner Champ Bailey in studio talking Tommy Brady and the upcoming NFL season. Tommy. That's tonight, Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1. You know what I say about that whole suspension thing?
What's that?
Disregard.
Disregard.
Chris Owings sets a foul ball. Not going to suspend Tommy Brady. Gary Schiffman down there is a lot busier than Ron Pennington. Chris Owings hits for the pitcher. 228 and 3 homers for CO. Looks like Dominic Leone, who was ejected from the ball game last night when he hit Christian Yelich with that pitch that just got away from him accidentally. We'll get the 9th. He's warming up in the Diamondback bullpen. Turner Ward ejected as well last night. Barking at Vic Caraponsi, the plate umpire. Everybody's back. David Peralta hit in the head by that Jose Fernandez fastball. He's got an X on his hat there, or at least he did, where he got hit. Passed all his tests with flying colors. Feels just fine, thank goodness. And there's Dominic Leone in the Sanderson Ford bullpen. Looks like he'll get the 9th. 0-2 on Owings. By the way, we should mention, BB, I sent this out on the Twitter earlier, but a big happy birthday to that intrepid baseball reporter from MLB.com, Steve Gilbert. It's his birthday today. He's not here as far as I can see.
I think he took the night off.
Yeah. So anyway, happy birthday, Steve. Hopefully you're watching. I know your mom is watching.
Yeah, Stevie's one of the originals, too. Way back when the Diamondbacks got started, Steve Gilbert was our stat man in the booth.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah, great writer.
You can read his Diamondback coverage at MLB.com. Steve tells me his mom watches every game. So hi, Mom. She sent him a card with $5 in it. Chris Owings has a base hit.
Hey fans, follow the Arizona Diamondbacks wherever you are with MLB.com. At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet.
1 out now. Owings at first. Render and Ciarte. Anders had a good night. He doubled in the third, an RBI single in the fourth. So his second consecutive 2-hit game. He had 2 hits last night against the Marlins, including a double and a run scored. Ender and Zach Godley were actually teammates for a while at AA Mobile while Ender was down there rehabbing after the hamstring injury. And 5 appearances with Robbie Hammock's Bay Bears. 3-0. Ball 4. So go forth got Hernandez. Struck him out to open up the inning. A single to Owings, a walk to Ender. And now things are going to get a little sticky for him. Pennington comes up. Goldie Pollard to a loss after that.
I really like that at bat by Ender Inciarte. He's been seeing the ball really well tonight. Squared it up 3 times as a double and a single, an RBI in the ball game. But in a 6-0 ball game in the 8th inning, instead of going up there maybe trying to hit a home run, hit the ball hard again, he was content to take the base on balls.
He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Cliff Pennington, who singled, stole a base, and scored a run his last time up. He's 1 for 4. Cliff got the start tonight at second base. He started only 20 games all year, variety of positions, including left field a couple of times. And he's hit just over 220 as a starter this season. Drives that to center. That's in there for a base hit. They're going to stop Chris Owings, and the bases are loaded with a 1 out for Goldie. Second hit tonight for Penny. Well, they can't walk him now. He's walked twice tonight, once intentionally. He has also doubled and struck out. Bases full, 1 down. Ball 1.
I've been closely monitoring Goldie's pursuit of the Triple Crown in the National League. I don't think Goldie's as worried about it as we are, but sits first in the National League in average going into play tonight. First in runs batted in and tied for 5th in home runs.
7 homers shy of Bryce Harper's league lead in the home run category. Rockies off tonight, so if you can get an RBI here, be sure to pass Arenado. 1-1. Owings at third, Inciarte at second, Pennington at first. 1-1. Only one home run over his last 22 games. Kind of thinking he's due. Center field, right at Gomez. Owens is at third. He's going to come in and score. There's the RBI lead for Goldie. It's 7-0.
Get your teammates on the plate. Those middle of the lineup run producers. It's not always a line drive in the gap or a majestic home run in the seats. Sometimes just a lazy fly ball into center field will get one of your teammates on that plate.
He now leads the National League in runs batted in. Here's A.J. Pollock, who has tripled and doubled tonight. 2 for 4. Base hit. Here comes Inciarte. It's 8-0 Diamondbacks. A.J.'s third hit tonight.
Right fielder, Yasmani.
Brings up Yasmani Tomas.
Cutter right in the middle of the plate for A.J. Hits it hard enough to get it by Perez on into left field. Keep the line moving.
D-backs now with 13 hits. They've out-hit the Brewers 13-4. Tomas has 2 of those hits. A solo homer to open the scoring in the second. His 6th of the year. He singled and scored in the 4th. He has also struck out twice. 2 for 4. So Tomas, including tonight, 16 strikeouts in his last 11 games. He's been a free swinger up there lately. Like that. Boy, they've been tying him up inside, up and down all night long.
Yeah, he's chased a lot of bad pitches both inside and up in the ball game tonight, and man, his head's really coming off the ball. He's at his best staying on that pitch, driving it to the opposite field, looking right down the barrel of the bat at the point of contact.
0-2. And again, they came inside. He just did get a piece of it. Same 2 teams tomorrow. Game 2 of this 4-game set. Diamondback Live pregame show at 6 o'clock on Fox Sports Arizona. And a good matchup of 2 good young pitchers, Patrick Corbin for the Diamondbacks and Jimmy Nelson for the Brewers. Jimmy's got his eye on you. Don't touch Jimmy. And Yasmani strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. But the Diamondbacks add 2 more. We go to the 9th. They lead at 8-0. the Cox, Dig Live, high-speed highlights. 9th inning we go. And Dominic Leone, who was ejected from the ballgame last night, is out there to finish this thing off. It's 8-0 Diamondbacks. Zach Godley, 6 scoreless innings in his major league debut. And then Andrew Chafin and Randall Delgado 6 up, 6 down. So here's Leone on for the second time in as many nights, his 3rd appearance of the year. Arnold Parra leads it off for the Brewers. Diamondbacks lead at 8-zip. They have out-hit Milwaukee 13-4.
Good to see Parra able to remain in the ballgame after getting plunked in that left knee back in the 6th inning. The Zach Godley cutter that just ran in there and caught him right on the left kneecap.
One or one. Two and two.
But this partner, the Diamondbacks offensively have struck out 16 times tonight. They struck out 16 times last night. Now, the good news is they have an 8-0 lead in the ballgame. The last time they won striking out 16 times in the game, you have to go back almost 5 years to the day. 21st of July back in 2010, they won a game striking out 16 times.
Parra shoots it the other way, drops in front of Inciarte, and Gerardo Parra's got a base hit, just the 5th tonight for Milwaukee. Daniel Hudson, who was actually warming up earlier in the ball game, about the 5th inning or so, starting to throw again in the Sanderson Ford bullpen. Leone last night did work for a while. He threw 1 2/3 innings, 29 pitches before he was ejected. Lucroy 0 for 3. Lucroy's had his share of injuries this year. He went down April 20th with a fractured big left toe and missed 38 games. Didn't get back until June 1st. So he was limping around for a while. We did not see Lucroy when we were at Miller Park at the end of May. He was still hurt.
Well, you can imagine being a catcher. It's not like you can tape it up and play through it. You know, sometimes in the outfield or even some positions on the infield, you might be able to play with a broken foot, but not behind a plate.
That's in there for a strike. 1 and 2. Leone, the zip is back on that fastball. He had an outstanding year last year with Seattle. Struggled this year, was dealt to the Diamondbacks in the Mark Trumbo deal, along with Wellington Castillo. Went to the minors for a while and recovered that fastball, we're told, and it's looked good so far. 2 and 2. Leone from Norwich, Connecticut. That's A.J. Pollock country. Pitched at Clemson, 16th round pick by the Mariners 3 years ago. Off the glove of Leone. Pennington's going to have to hurry. He's got no play. A base hit for Lucroy. First 2 have reached here in the Milwaukee ninth.
Hard to fight your instincts, but that was one that Leon probably would have been better served to just let bounce over his head, let the middle infielders deal with it. But your instinct as a defender is to try to make the play. Unfortunately, tipped off the end of his glove and slowed it down to the point where Penny had no play at first.
Oh, BB, Jeff Munn and I from Diamondback radio side went over to ASU the other day and spoke to the kids who are in the broadcasting camp at the Cronkite School at Arizona State right now, and they are here with us along broadcast row here. It's actually a broadcast competition. They have about 50 kids here from high schools all over the country. They fly in and they participate in a tremendous program at the Cronkite School run by Arizona State. And there they are. Ryan Braun gives this a ride deep to left field and way out of here. His 17th homer, and it's an 8-3 ball game.
Braun had some lengthy at bats in striking out his first 3 times to the plate in this ball game, to waste no time here. It's on the middle of the plate breaking ball down in the zone. Got a lot of backspin. That ball carried a long way out there to left center field.
Well, we showed you earlier he has hit much better, Ryan Braun, on the road than at home in Miller Park. He's now got 17 homers this year. 13 have come on the road.
First baseman Adam Lind.
And Leon still trying to record his first out in the 9th. There's Adam Lind, who's 0 for 3. Brewers had only 4 hits through the first 8 innings. They've had 3 hits and 3 batters in the 9th. And here's Lind, who's coming off a 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs yesterday in their loss to Cleveland. Shift is on for the Diamondbacks. They overload the right-hand side against Lind. This is another guy that other teams are reportedly calling the Brewers about. Ken Rosenthal at Fox Sports has reported the Angels have shown some interest in Adam Lind, who can hit free agency after this season. So you'll hear his name come up a lot over the next week.
He's a little bit of a sleeper. I was surprised to look at the stat sheet today, and Adam Lind ranks among National League leaders in slugging percentage. He's 7th, 8th in on base percentage, 9th in OPS, 9th in RBI, and 9th in home runs.
Now, this is a guy who had 4 seasons with at least 20 homers during his tenure in Toronto, and he launches that one foul. Had a 35 homer season back in 09 with the Blue Jays. And he's been a nice pickup this year for the Milwaukee front office. First base had just been a pit of despair. Ever since they lost Prince Fielder, they tried Matt Gamble. He blew out a knee in back-to-back seasons. Corey Hart didn't work out. Mark Reynolds, Lyle Overbay, Yuniesky Betancourt right into the shift. And that's the first out here in the 9th.
Center fielder Carlos.
And Adam Lind, like Gonzo, played at South Alabama.
Yeah, the Ohio University Bobcats, when I was going to school there, we actually played against the University of South Alabama on our annual spring trip down south. Obviously, it's tough to play baseball in the snow in southern Ohio, so we'd climb on the big Silver Dog and take a bus trip all the way down, sometimes to Florida. And one year we ended up in Mobile at South Alabama when Eddie Stanky was the head coach.
Right on the water down there.
Yeah.
Eddie Stanky, the old Brooklyn Dodger.
Yeah, that was really the very first time, probably for a lot of college-age kids, that you saw a program that was run like a professional team. They had clipboards hanging up there with assignments. You know, the B team infielders will go out and take ground balls at 12:15. Then the starters will take ground balls at 12:30. And the cage will be the extra men on the field at groups. I mean, it was detailed down to the minute what guys were doing before the ball game.
And Leone, who was ejected last night for hitting Christian Yelich in the small of the back, comes up and in on Gomez. And Gomez, who occasionally breaks into some home run antics, gets a lot of this. Not that he's done anything tonight at all.
I think that was just an overthrown pitch that time by Dominic.
And chases one upstairs. 2 down.
Right back up the ladder again. This one at least over the plate, but shoulder high to Gomez, who after that knockdown pitch was trying to hit one to Mason.
So 2 down now for Scooter Gennett, who singled in the 50s, 1 for 3. Diamondback Live postgame show follows our ball game here. Andy Stankiewicz out there with Jody Jackson. Reaction from the clubhouse after what has turned out to be a historic night for Zach Godley, but Gennett sends this the other way. There's A.J. to run it down in the gap, and that's the ball game. Diamondbacks win it 8-3. The Godley family, Zach Godley, the only pitcher since 1900 to throw 6 scoreless innings with no walks and at least 7 strikeouts in his major league debut. He made history here tonight.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves, but he really passed the eyeball test too. Looked like he was extremely comfortable out there on the mound. He came as advertised.
And the Diamondbacks do it again. They have now won 9 straight games and 11 of 12 when their starting pitcher has been making his major league debut. And tonight, it was Zach Godley who was outstanding. We'll take a break for now. We'll be back with more from Chase Field right after this. D-backs beat the Brewers 8-3.